good afternoon, good evening to anyone that may be watching the VOD. We are back continuing the Citizen Sleeper 2 Starward Vector grind. Yesterday I got off to, I want to say a mixed start. Getting smoked on a lot of rolls, especially like rolls that were 75%, positive outcomes. I was getting the 25% negative like crazy. But yeah, good game. I've enjoyed it so far. It's a little, obviously, I shouldn't say little, it's basically text heavy. But a good change of pace considering some of the RPGs that I've played recently, so I do like that my decisions matter, so. Machinist, I will have to explore because I think we're in a pickle here. 8 out of 10 fuel, 5 out of 5, my energy isn't the best. We resolve that. Docs. Study the manifests. New location discovered. We're going for it. 20% positive. No shot. Oh, I got it. Nice. Minor drive upgrade. Upgrade points. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Elton Venture. Infamous Gaming. If you want to gamble on the Belper, eventually you'll need to be engaged. I don't have that. I actually don't have that at all, so I can't roll with that. Interpret signals. Risky. Interface align arrays, input dice. I think we do check it out. My only problem is I need food right now. I don't want to spend money on that. Okay, I really need to leave, but we're gonna risk it. Traveling gets skill required. Sodium is too much for the crew. 100% positive. Just want to see what this does. Oh, positive outbound. Okay. This gives me money. Okay. So we are gonna leave. Ice Rich, Malik's Promise, Far Spindle, Survey Asteroid. Okay. This is for the water quest, yeah. Okay. The asteroid looms large in the cockpit's glass. Light glints off the sheets of surface ice. The small glint that must have caught Malik's attention when he was fleeing the Conway countermeasures that damaged the spring tide. Now you can see it. It's pretty cool. There's been no sign of Conway drones or mines, but that hasn't stopped Seraphin being cautious in his approach. You have to admit you found yourself searching the black void of space for a telltale blinking red beacon too. We're close enough to jump down to the surface. Seraphin locks down the engines. I don't see anything on the scope, but I'll keep her warm just in case. Thanks. He nods without looking up from the controls. I say we core this snowball fast. The less time we're here, the less likely we'll run into anything Conway left behind. Sure, but fast means messy, and messy means more danger to the ice. We need to crack the shelf and lose half the water we came to survey. Who said anything about messy? Fast and clean. He winks. Easy. You unclip your seat and kick off towards the airlock. The scale of the asteroid is troubling, but Seraphin assured you on the journey here that surveying it would be easy enough. Just take a sample from the D side. Okay. The problem, he said, is getting down that deep. You'll have to cut away at the ice, digging yourself a hole. The asteroid may be big, but it is held together with only a weak gravitational force. The more the ice is cracked away, the less there is for the far spindle to harvest. Something you... Okay. You push the warrior back to mind. Something on your mind? Bliss drifts up to you. Just hope we don't mess it up. Me too. I don't want to jinx it, but it seems simple enough. Can't say rock, or in this case, ice cutting is my usual strength, but it's going to be simpler than slicing a hull without touching any of the internals. We'll be fine. Bliss's reassurance that they don't have any experience with the job you're about to do doesn't exactly calm your nerves, but their nonchalant attitude helps, especially when you consider the volume of ice you're about to start cutting into. Cheer up. Might never happen. The lock cycles and you find yourself staring at the glinting surface. 1 second, sleeper. I'm seeing something here, some kind of man-made shaft on the far side of the asteroid. Interesting. Yunjin has stood beside you in the airlock, but in this vacuum you can only hear him through the comms link. Crews sometimes stash goodies out on rocks like this. Let's go take a look. He pats her on the shoulder. Just hold up, Seraphin. Voice cuts through. The survey's our first priority and the integrity of Weisshauter. Hunting for buried treasure comes dead last on the to-do list. Yep, I agree. You squint at the rock and spot a dark recess just over the curve of the asteroid. That'll be the distraction then. You refocus on the ice sheet. Frozen shaft. Ice sheet. Thank God it's engineer. Oh, we got the rolls. Let's go. So we should get pretty far here. How did he get stressed? What? No shot. 25%. Oof. Bro, it would be one away. 50% neutral, negative. I'm risking it. Ice stress, shit, okay. That's pretty good. I should be able to get it next. If we get good rolls again, that should work out in my favor. Okay, guaranteed. Let's go. So I'm engineer. He has kind of sucks I don't have a half. I'll take it, whatever. It's fine. Location discovered, deep ice, asteroid core. So this is where he comes in handy. Bro, how do I get the negative outcome? Frozen core. Please hit it. Please hit positive twice. Ice stress, bro. Potential fracture, yeah. I don't want to risk it. I'm gonna go back. Oh, I've been getting crazy rolls. That's sick. Okay. Almost wasted a turn there. Back when I clicked the end cycle. So I should do this just to guarantee it. I'm going for this even though I have the guaranteed. Bro. I should have took the guaranteed. Sample core, a long and weighty cylinder of cloudy ice, comes up at the borehole cleanly. It glows in the sunlight, catching the rays in its frosted interior. What a beaut. Looks drinkable to me. Hell, I'd be happy to slice it up for a drop a few chunks in the glass of rack. Let's not melt it down for liquid refreshment. Yeah, it's likely packed with unpleasant impurities. The question is, are they the kind of impurities the far spindle can filter out? Let's get it to the ship so we can run analysis on the trip back. And before you get any ideas about digging around that asteroid somewhere, remember that if we break away any of the ice, Malik will likely dock our pay. As you do, you sit down on the asteroid wondering if it might be a bargaining chip Malik has been looking for. You'll know soon. Do I get greedy? Shaft descent. I think I get greedy. I'm gonna crack the ice. 25% positive, negative. 25%. Let's see. Shaft descent. I'd have to hit it here. Oh no, wait. That's the wrong one. Okay, I only do it. I'm gonna rest again, and I will do it if I get it perfect, so I can guarantee. I got one guarantee. Let's see, and then we're gonna get out. It always leads to a second, yeah. Derelict bunker. Engineer. Endure. No, I think I leave. I can't risk it. It's not worth, but on the journey back from the asteroid, you poured over the test, Malik. The problem is I just didn't get the rolls for there. On the journey back from the asteroid, you poured over the cores, the tests, over the test that Malik had given you to run improvising the necessary equipment. Each one produced spools of data, most of which you couldn't parse. Arriving in the vicinity of the far spindle, you broadcast strings of data to Malik's personal terminal. Despite all this preparation, you're still surprised when you find Malik standing at the far side of the docking tunnel as you leave the rig. Sleeper, he nods. I thought it was better come down to here away from my crew to discuss the findings. And the findings were straight to the point. He claps. Good. As I suspected, the asteroid was indeed rich with water ice. Thankfully, the contaminants can be dealt with. With the data you provided, I should be able to convince the Far Spindle administration of its worth. Then we're good? He smiles. That remains to be seen. Before I make payment, I would like to ask in person if you saw anything of else in consequence, anything else to share with me that may affect my dealings. There was a shaft. Interesting. It was likely of no consequence, but if there's something of value, then it could play to my benefit. I will mention the potential of additional salvage, given the data it didn't seem to have impacted the ice. 250 crowds as we agreed. You take the chits quickly and tuck them away. With that, our business is conducted. I must speak with the administration to negotiate the release of my ship and then prepare for immediate departure. Thank you. Should our paths cross again, I will see that it will be to your benefit. Nice. Okay, so we reset here. I need to restock my ship. I'm gonna do the gambling just to unlock, just so I finish this whole area. Scrapper ship, Spindle's Edge. Where does supplies? Yeah, most of my money's gone already. But we're good on energy, we're good on everything. I do have to spend money on gambling, which sucks, but... Signal station, this is not it. This is, where's the gambling? So risky engage. Ooh, I have no engage. I can't do it with my character. It's not even worth. Better to make some money that I know I can get. Infinite gambling barrage, yeah. Because my character doesn't have engage, it's just too risky. Nimbus Kitchen, so he has a quest I gotta do. Find Seraphine's sister, diagnose your frame, help Nemba, investigate Hexport, meet Cadet in the scatter yards. We'll see where that one is. Yeah, I think I take the guaranteed. Basically covers my my fuel costs right there. Okay. Dark side. Float sim. If I go to float sim, then I have to ice fields. So basically, you have to go to Helion Gate to get to these other areas. So maybe I go to float sim first. And then we're gonna come back here anyways to this spot. It's hard to tell where float sim ends and the ship's parked in its many docking bridges begin. Oh, I got a good roll already. As the Seraphin docks with the station, you realize the rig now looks like just another piece of accumulated technology. One more bit of driftwood added to the raft. I love this place, Seraphin smiles as he shuts down the engines. You never know what you'll find. Been here before? Yeah, back when I first came to the belt, the crew I signed on with used to run salvage jobs out of here. Fun place to spend your wages. You see Bliss eyeing the station with what looks to be both horror and fascination. You see the seals? They pointed out some twisted assemblage of ship parts. Total cowboy welds. They could pop any moment. Seraphin waves away their concerns. Oh, that's just the outer layer. I heard there's 6 or 7 in all, so if one fails, it's no problem. He stretches out and turns to you. You're gonna taste some of the stuff they grow on old Take. He kisses his fingers, that's good shit. Oh great, Bliss sighs. So many layers of redundancy and fallbacks that you have no hope of isolating a leak and fixing it. They wrap the wall in the rig. Sounds like a ship I know. Defend the rig. Seraphin joins in a tube of your shoulder. She got you out here, didn't she? She rigs. No sense of gratitude? I was joking. Go to follow, but Seraphin puts a hand on your shoulder. Sleeper, he looks suddenly. Remember what I said about getting checked out? These are the artificers all over the place. It'll take a bit of searching, but we need to know where we're going, what's going on with you. He meets your eye. That's why we're here. Good. Let me know what they say. I'm gonna see if any of my old haunts are still open. He drifts out of the cockpit with the mock so they'll catch you later. We were left alone in the cockpit with a view of Float Sam's chaotic structure. You look over the multicolored plating. It does, you admit, have a certain charm. I feel like it's better just to boost all these to get the plus outcome. I think I get these, if I can get 8 here and then I start investing here, because then technically 4 is, you only need 6 here. So hopefully I'm managing the upgrades okay. Engineer, perfect. If only I had a 4 roll, I could have got this all in one. One in 5 chance to hit it. Ooh, I got a +1. Why not? Let's try it. Hey, let's go. The chaos of Float Sam intrigues you. Passage. It is the most incoherent place you have ever visited. Plating, cladding, cushioning of all kinds of conditions hides a forest of wires and ducts interfacing in ways their manufacturers would never dream possible. Rooms are crushed cargo bays, flipped bridges, and eviscerated engine rooms. Patchwork corridors are lumped with messy welds, bending worryingly along their length. It is, to put it nicely, a total mess. It's not that you don't like it, but finding an artificer among this chaos has been more than a little challenging. The cycle, searching these winding passages once more, seeing only scrap merchants and junk shops, you have begun to wonder if Seraphin had any idea what he was talking about when he advised you to come here. A sleeper, the voice cuts through the pungent air. Well, I never. Who's this, Jean-Mi? You glance in the voice's direction and find yourself looking at a small booth piled with tech. Behind a fogged and scratched plastic screen is a meticulously arranged counter. The only clear spot in sight, and it is an old man. Okay, sorry. Checking my settings here. Okay. I think it just drops on my screen. You glance at the voice's direction and find yourself looking at a small booth piled with tech. Behind a fogged and scratched plastic screen is a meticulously arranged counter. The only clear spot in sight, added, an older man with wet and wandering eyes. Excuse me? The man eyes wide and apologies, but I wasn't sure you'd even hear me. Jean-Mi tilts his head, and you mean to be rude. I didn't mean to be rude, please. That's okay. He smiles warmly, almost bowing again, his hunched shoulders accentuating the movement. How? He pauses, taking care with his speech. Now, how are you feeling, sleeper? He beckons you a little closer. I'm Jean-Michel. Though pleased to meet you, call me Jean-Mi. I work with machines. He sweeps a hand above his counter, mostly small ones. I'm not great. Of course, he chops with his head to indicate a stool with a leg bar meant for perching beside his counter, and such is clarity and persuasiveness of his movement that you obligingly sit. Your presence is a rare honor here. He smiles and looks down at his lap. I'm sorry if it make you uncomfortable. I'm just very pleased to see you. That's okay. He looks up. Very kind of you to say. I can see your journey to me has not been easy, he says. With genuine concern, you track his eyes across your body, noticing the scuff marks on your thick, vinyl-like skin, the replaced and broken parts of your body, the marks of violence. You pull your jacket a little tighter. Jean-Mi folds his hands one over the other and places them on the counter. I do not know what your experiences have been, but I want to assure you that I see you as a person, a being, a soul, shall we say, as valid as any other. You look at Jean-Mi, his age and wear also evident, a life of precise, careful work, shaping his body into a reflection of his process. You note his unconfident way of speaking, which betrays a certain loneliness, a lack of practice. It is his turn to feel observed. I understand. You are kind. The frankness of the remark takes you by surprise. He looks down at his counter and begins to take apart a tiny piece of machinery that sits there. Many years ago, when I began my apprenticeship, I would find that whenever I saw something, how to say, was not working well, I was fixated on it and its repairs. He tinkers with the parts, twisting them precisely. Of course, the belt is filled with this kind of dysfunctional detail. And so I was busy for many years with these small fixings. He smiles in reminiscence. But now I find that when I am interested in the thing that is not working as it should be, he sharply twists one of his parts between his fingers. It is because it might have some quality not yet foreseen or discovered. He releases the altered object into the air where it politically twists into a hypnotic display like a spinning top whose movements are totally unpredictable. Jean-Mi smiles at you with this hypnotic toy. I can see that you're in the process of becoming sleeper. He catches the spinning. Let me aid you in this. What do you mean? Jean-Mi's precise hands drop to a device around his neck. He deftly pulls a pair of goggles to his face, masking his wet eyes. Hold still, sleeper. Something flickers inside the goggles, their face blank. Jean-Mi's hands play across buttons and switches on the exterior. Let him work. When the goggles are finally lowered, they reveal a look of concern. I think you better come inside. He kicks off from his desk and disappears. A moment later, you hear a rattle on a small bulkhead door beside the booth that you would assume was rusted shut. Creaks open. Jean-Mi beckons you inside. Jean-Mi's workshop is even more cramped than you expected. As you enter, you're surrounded on all sides with netting holding bundles and bundles of terminals, servers, drives, and cables. At its center, a padded seat and a seat of articulated arms mounted on a sensor, and tools fill the space. The seat, please, gestures at it. What are you going to do? Not to worry, I only wish to examine you. It's not intrusive. You tentatively settle on the seat, slipping your arms and feet into the straps meant to keep you from floating out in zero G. Jean-Mi floats beside you. He looks across your body. There's damage here. I see that. We will get to that. But I see something else here as well. This is why you came. He looks at you solemnly. Yes. Though I've never met a sleeper, I have studied them. I was lucky to acquire some materials from Espen Arp some time ago in interest on my own endeavors. begins arranging a series of sensors. You are pleasingly distinct from those materials. Am I right in thinking you have been modified? I rebooted myself. Yes, I see that your dependency on stabilizer on the immune recoding portion of its makeup at least has been broken. He gives you a precise look, but that's not all. You are physically modified, not externally, but internally. He carefully positions the final sensor. Your tracker is disabled, which makes it impossible for Espenarp to find you. Congratulations. But this is not all. You have been modified, yes, but you are also being modified as we speak. Oh, what? You feel a it's like the nanobots? You feel a strange claustrophobia at Jean-Mi's statement. Modified. Seraphim rebooted your system, ran the recoding protocol, but that shouldn't have physically changed you. It has only removed your plan obsolescence. That can't be right. Then you were not aware. I'm sorry to hear that. Jean-Mi goes to the terminal and flicks a switch. Though the back of the translucent screen, you see a nodal web in the vague shape of a sitting body, your body. These changes appear to be complex, subtle, but consistent. Jean-Mi goes silent as he taps at the terminal and representation of your body rotating and unfolding in unsettling motions. How's this happening? How is a good question. He squints. How I am unsure of. See here, he points at a flickering representation of your spine, tracing a line towards your head. Your nervous system is growing additional nodal points here and here. Meanwhile, your emulation interface is growing an umbilical access port, though towards what end I am unsure. You instinctively reach back and touch the base of your head. As you do, the scan flickers and screeches with noise. You feel for something there growing under your thick vinyl skin. Can you feel a lump, or is that your imagination? You pick at it. Jean-Mi sighs and shuts off the terminal. The changes are partial, and in all honesty, he gestures sharply at the sensors. The resolution is too poor. I need to run a full diagnostic, but for that I would need... He drifts over to another terminal and brings up screens. Yes, some kind of medium to hold your suspended emulation. The access track I can build myself, but we will need to bridge your emulation. Jean-Mi speaks quietly, almost to himself. A ship mine would be ideal for this. Would you have to be high capacity, a prime shipman, Solheim in origin? Perhaps Helion Game might hold records of that, or of any of that were in the system. He taps the terminal. Jean-Mi turns back to, yes, the prime ship mine is essential if you wish further investigation to be done. I will need this above all. He thumbs the terminal off. I'm sorry to say, Sleeper. Can't you tell me more accurately? No. He meshes his fingers in front of his chest. It is clear that a process has begun, but yet to complete. Jean-Mi busies himself with taking down the sensors and folding away the articulated arms. As he does, you try to calm yourself. You feel as if you have worms under your skin, and it takes all your focus not to pick at its seams. Jean-Mi suddenly but gently places a hand on yours. Please remain calm. He puts a carefully restored rare component in your hand. This can help you. Jean-Mi waits for you to fall still, then he leans back a little, relieving some of the strange intimacy. For now, our work is concluded. He meshes his fingers again and bows to a small head, but you are welcome anytime. Thank you, of course. His manner seems to have returned to something more businesslike, a humble man who knows his customers' needs. You get up from the seat a little dazed and push away into the passage. Safe travel, Sleeper? Okay, so I need to get that part for him to do the investigation, so I assume he's the one that's going to kind of do the diagnosis and repair. Safe travel, Sleeper, quietly placing a promise list in your hand. As he lets you back in the station, you leave dazed, unsure how you feel about insistence of this man's particular kindness, most of all, haunted by the idea of unseen processes that are running within you. Part of you does not wish to know anything further, to leave this place and never look back, and another is desperate to immediately retrieve every object on this list so that you may know what strangeness is happening within you. For now, you may settle yourself and find a way to continue. Seraphim comes to find you in your bunk. After Jean-Mi's assessment, you find yourself drifting back to the rig, in need of familiarity and comfort of your own ship. Sleeper, he drifts in. You found an artificer? He hovers by the door looking concerned. Explain. You tell him about Jean-Mi, how he offered you repairs and ran an assessment of your frame. You described the cramped booth, the articulated arms, the strangeness of seeing your own body anatomized upon the terminal screen. Then you tell him your body is changing, growing in ways Jean-Mi cannot identify. That some process has been started and you do not know where it will end. You mention umbilical ports and nodal points, trying your best to remember the details of the thing Jean-Mi asked you to retrieve. Seraphim grows pale and silent. He shakes his head when you stop talking. Lane, he frowns. That piece of shit. Yeah, I'm gonna say perhaps. For sure, he probably got it. For sure, Seraphim looks stubbornly at the floor. We'll get what you need. We'll find that ship mine. A bit of work here and a bit of work there, and we make it to Helion Gate, whatever. What about your stuff? We'll do that too. We're free, Sleeper. No one can stop us. Just say the word, okay? Don't give up on yourself yet, he smells. Get up and get back to it. And with that, he turns and kicks off down the corridor, disappearing from sight. You wait a little while, staring at the stained ceiling of the bunks, letting the thoughts settle in your mind. And then when you are ready, you get up, leave, dazed, but with a stony determination growing in your chest. Nice. Okay. Buy scrap components. Fuel I do need, so let's fill up on that. It's more expensive here, damn, $6. Do I want to buy scrap? Probably not. I might need it if I have to get process scrapped. If I eventually do need process scrap, then I know that I can buy it here, that's fine. Supplies were good. Work the hydroponics, okay, this is how you make a little money, that's fine. Nothing crazy here. Interrogator offices. Full-time maintenance needs constant work to keep it sealed. Interrogators, it's fine. The narrow escape, crash booth. Buy meal requirement. Take recovery contract. Stranded rig. Okay. Recovery contract accepted. Find your tech and float sim. Locate a ship at Helion Gate. Travel to Wellspring. I gotta go to Greenbelt. Cadet at the scatter yards. Okay. So I need one prime ship mine, so okay, this is also the main story. Stranded rig, distress call from a lonely rock. Confirm. Travel. Keep your hands where I can see them. The voice crackles over the open channel of your suit comms as you near the standard rig. You slow to approach a little. You move toward the ship. It's a shape lumpy and skeletal in the distant light of the sun. A warm welcome bodes well for the rest of the job. Bliss shoots you a concerned look. You look up at the stranded ship ahead. Clearly you feel a bit exposed. We're here to help. Well, I figured that, the voice retorts. Otherwise I would have put a hole in that shiny rig of yours already. You arrive at the side of the rig, inspecting the damage. As you do, half the hull plating and big chunks of the internal structure seem to be missing, but you have a feeling that this is not what you are here to fix. The airlock opens and you move inside. In the interior, all exposed wire and metal framework. The systems wheeze and shudder as it cycles. Haggard salvager. Okay. Nothing of value here, so if you're looking to steal something, you're welcome to. Alma greets you plainly. You do the work that's needed and I'll let you take half the hull. Understood. Well, alright, he faces. Okay. Here's a short of it. Engine conked out on me and I'm no engineer. Can usually get her going, but this time no dice. She looks between you and the rest of the crew. Surprised there's so many of you, to be honest. Sorry about that, but don't worry. I've worked on engines before. They give Alma a wink. I can handle this. Don't be so sure. Alma leads you toward the engine room. The layout of her rig much the same as yours. The girl is sensitive type. You need to know how to handle her. The central corridor of the ship snakes in a way that isn't familiar to you, and you realize that the rig is far more heavily modified than your own, something that becomes all more obvious when you arrive to the engine room. Rather than rig's stock engine, a singular block and double turbine with feed lines between Alma's engine is a mess of piping and feed lines linking up multiple raw components welded to the interior frame of the room. Your eyes widen at the sight. Been adding to her since I was young. Might look like a mess, but she purrs when she's running. Bliss is shaking their head slowly. Oh, sleeper. This is going to be special. You struggle to tell if they're intimidated or impressed. Perhaps it's a little of both. That's all about it. Get her running and you'll get half your haul. What's the haul? Glides over the window and set aside in the engine room, points to the corroded remains of the facility deep in the asteroid, loose, dusty surface. That there's the haul. As good as I find. The haul is a building? Building and all that's in it. Scrapes up. What, you too good for scrapping? By rights? That building's mine. Scrappers claim. Alma scratches at her hairs, but you help me here, get it running, and you're welcome to take what you want, up to a maximum of 50%. We have to extract it ourselves. She looks up. I doubt it'll trouble one of you. Anyway, you're leaving with nothing unless my girl here is back in shape, and by the time you're done, she folds. Okay, so go get to it. You turn back to the engine, your eyes trace. Oh, I got good rolls on them. Oh, perfect. I got 4 perfect rolls on these 2 guys. That's good. How am I getting stressed? What the heck? Is it danger? If I had another perfect, I could have got it. We'll see. 25% chance I hit it. 50%, I guess. Let's go. You all gather in Alma's rig to see the engine tested. The engine room purrs and chitters. It seems too warm with the sound of the engine, with the polyrhythmic vibrations that rattle through the open framework of the interior. You look over to Alma and you see her eyes are closed, a small tremble at the corner of her mouth. You look at the engine, Alma's engine, an object they have come to respect over the past cycles, even if you haven't necessarily grown to love it. It is, as you see now, a difficult thing to love. Whole parts of it make little sense, and its oldest systems, those now bypassed and made obsolete by newer additions, still somehow play an integral role you don't understand. It's unwieldy and unnecessarily so, and the accumulation of parts and patches from its long service makes it surprisingly fragile. Meanwhile, other sections have been welded and rewelded so many times that they are impregnable and will never be able to replace. It is uncooperative and prone to sudden outbursts of cooling fluid or even fuel. It is restless and will begin to leak when left idle for too long. It's always too cold or too hot, but thanks to the coolant and the fuel, and it is hard to predict which it will be at any moment. And yet, despite all this, it is an object you feel close to, that kind of kinship with. Because in the end, you two are an accumulation of broken parts, long outliving their operational limits. You two are a machine that has become a story, and a story has outgrown beyond the ability of others to understand it. You look over at Alma, and Bliss is there beside you. You can see they are talking, but with the engine running, you cannot hear them. You watch for a moment, Bliss now patiently listening. In faltering words, Alma explains something to them. Bliss nods, and then suddenly they embrace gently with care. Bliss pushes back, and as soon as the moment has passed, it seems like it might not have happened at all. Nothing in the two figures betrays the act. And room seems unchanged. Sorry. Message was messaging. Okay. You try to remember if you have seen them speaking before now, but you recall there are many moments where you were not with Bliss. As you watch Alma approach, you realize that the engine is not just special to you, and that between her and Bliss, it might have been the bridge to unique kind of respect. That's the job. Alma approached you, and you know where the payment is to be found. I believe that brings our business to an end. Unless you all have something to add, what will you do now? I believe that's my business. I'll need to find somewhere quiet to resupply and so on, but I don't think you like my usual haunts. She gives you a sly look. I appreciate the assistance. You are welcome to take what you want from the hangar if you haven't already. You know the shimmering in her eyes. Now I must kindly ask you to leave my ship. In airlock cycles, you look across at Bliss and swear you see a tear in her eye. Are you okay? I'm good, sleeper, really good. I sniff. This place reminded me of why I do what I do, why I fix things. There's beauty in that. You find yourself drifting away from Alma's rig in a haze of thought. It's clear to you at this point that Alma's history is written all over this place, but more than that, well, you can't be sure this story, it seems, isn't for you. You realize at the gaze, the broken remains of the facility. Alma never took any of her half of the hull. You turn back and squint at her cockpit, and you see her there looking out across the wasteland, still a statue. It's an image that as you load into the rig and begin the preparation to depart will stick with you. One that every time you enter the engine room of your ship, a room almost identical to the engine room of the Alma's rig will leap into your mind. A woman floating above the wreck of what was once her home, looking for a reason to keep going. Nice. Ruined facility. Hidden treasures, raw material. I think my problem is... Yeah, I have to resupply. It's important to do these because I need the points from... Oh nice, I got 3. Let's go. My teammates' rolls are trash, but it's fine. I should be able to hit at least half of it. And then if my teammate's gonna at least hit 1. If I get lucky, I get it on all. I hit it right here. 25% chance. Please. Let's go. Hey. Hidden treasures. Why not try our luck? Raw material. No. Oh yeah, that one's done. Okay. There's a hiss and rush of the stale air as the sealed bay deep in the facility tunnels opens for the first time in years. The beams of your suit lamp reaches into the dark, picking out the waves and dust and debris that reveal a small bay big enough for the shuttle, but not a rig like yours. As you glide inside, those same beams catch on the frame of something that sits in the center of the bay. It's wide and flat with a cylindrical central section that runs its length. As you move around looking at the sections of plates and open frames, you realize it's a ship, or at least it was. This frame filled with rusted components and partial covered with old hull plates suggests a fast ship, an arrowhead design to cut through debris and even atmosphere. You float up a little to see in the central cylinder, and your lamps reveal a cockpit outfitted for 2 people, one sat behind the other. The seats are carefully upholstered, and you realize this was a labor of love. The whole ship, in fact, seems to be built by hand, a custom model with little function out here beyond looping around asteroids for the thrill of it. Looking closer, brushing away the surface of corrosion, you see the flames painted on the hull, plating in curling patterns, the brush strokes visible even after what must be many years. As you inspect the half-finished ship, a sense of quiet wonder keeping you silent, you notice a glint towards the rear. You approach it and see an engine, all interlocking tubes and flared vents. It is unlike any that you have seen, but the holes in the sides suggest it may have never been finished. These holes are a source of the glint. You reach in and pull out some strange-looking engine components, each pristine and complex. You hesitate for a moment, suddenly feeling like you shouldn't be disturbing such an intimate object, but it occurs to you that nothing would please the person who built the ship more than seeing these handmade components put to use. You secure them to your suit and push away from the ship. As you leave the bay, you turn and take one last look at the treasure inside. It's possible that it never flew, or perhaps it was in the middle of an extensive refit when this place was abandoned. Either way, its flying years have long since passed, and now you have the bay open. With the bay open, it will corrode much faster, meddling with an anonymized scrap of the place in mere cycles. You suppress a shiver and then start to journey back to the surface, aware of the components dangling. Wait. So, I got 1. If I... Yeah, I need an endure. So I gotta take 1 more cycle. Assuming I get a good roll. Oh, let's go. I got trips. That should be enough. Ooh, 50% positive, bro, please. Neutral outcome. I need to hit this positive and then I grab it. Hey. Plus raw materials, let's go. You rest a moment, taking a break from dragging the plate. You've cut across the asteroid surface. You find yourself looking upwards, Alma's rig still there on the edge of the crater, and wondering if she's watching with her engine fixed. You half expected her to leave immediately, but she remains there on the horizon, unable to leave this place. As in response, your comms channel buzzes. A nice pile you got there, Alma announces. We'll make scrappers of you kids yet. That'll scrap or earn you a pretty penny if you know what you're doing. Holmes Rock, always a good place to offload. I'll give you that for free. Holmes Rock, okay. You look at the stack, and you have to admit a little pride. Thanks. You earned it. You glance over the shoulder. What is this place? There's a click on the open channel as it closes. Alma seems to take a moment to consider her response. She clears her throat. How about you tell me what you think? A hangar. A Solheim facility? A hangar. I found a ship. Got a good nose for salvage, have we? She sniffs. Not just a hangar, though. A home. Alma goes quiet for a moment, but you wait, getting a feeling that there's still more to be said. See the old arrays on the far side? You turn and look up the rock towards the broken frames and panels that you just make out in the dust catching the sun's weak. Those were the first priority. Get power running, recharge the cells for the extractors, the welders, turn the scrap into something livable. Look at them now. You see the tumbled down collection of panels. They look like they were scattered by a careless hand, discarded without much thought. The comms channel clicks off and you see the distant silhouette of Alma drift from view out of the cockpit of her rig. You turn back to see the scrap has been loaded into the ship. You are half of the hull, though you suspect this place is more than just a hull to Alma. Okay. Time to go home. Yep. Nice. So she's saying Holmes Rock, right? Yeah, Holmes Rock. So when I go there, that's where get rid of. Okay. New escape. I'm good on energy. Jean-Mi, we're good there. I just need supplies. I didn't really make money, but fill supplies. So endure. A cryo plus energy, that's fine. A cryo plus energy, 16 bucks, so that's basically one fuel cell. Yeah, that basically just pays for my fuel right there. We're topped up on fuel, so as long as I manage my money, I should be fine, really. I'll just have to make sure I have process scrap and all that. Crash turn shipyard, interrogator offices. Buy engine components. I already have 5. So it's good to know that that's there. I don't know if I need more, so we'll leave it for now. The trick is just going to be memorizing where you have to specifically go. Do I go straight to Helion Gate? I guess so, right? Makes sense. There's no point in stopping at the spot when I've technically finished it. Helion Gate hangs over the rig. Its corroded arches resemble the dislocated vertebrae of some vast long dead serpent. That's one big ugly scrap pile. Seraphim whistles from the pilot seat. Solheim didn't like to build them small. Actually, I made a mistake. I should have went. I only have 2 fuel, so I might be in trouble. Solheim didn't like to build them small. A monument to hubris. Feeling poetic. Got to be big if you want to fit every ship in that visits a system through it. Impressive, really, building something so massive out here. Solheim like to impress visitors, sure. Seraphim leans forward and looking for the best place to enter the structure, but they also like to scan entire ships and impound these, but didn't enter through the gate. Solheim was a curse to the system. Better off without him, that's for sure. I agree, but without them, the system would just be 2 gas giants and a load of rocks. No harm in recognizing. You look out the cockpit toward the gate. Its layers of systems and rooms slowly opening the void, peeling away cycle after cycle to reveal the bones beneath. This is where Jean-Mi mentioned you might be able to find the location of a ship with a prime ship mine. I made a mistake. I might have blew my run here. I should have went to the middle area, got my fuel up to 10, and then suddenly a flash up high on the gate catches your eye, light turning on and off again. You lose track. Is this place inhabited? I doubt it. You're hoping for a station sidebar. I'm feeling you'll be disappointed unless you find an executive old liquor cabinet. Time to see the secrets. Okay. Customs hall. Explore the corridor. So I only have 2. I'm stuck. I'm actually stuck. I should have went here. I did 8 when I should have done 4 here. I think I actually failed. I think my playthrough's done. I don't know. This isn't a game where you can like save scum or something. Power up the archive. Oh damn, even I guess that's the advantage. You basically have double plus. I assume it's like guaranteed always positive 2 energy. That's fine. Scavenge fuel. Task chance per cycle. Oh, I did get 1. Okay. I need to get 1 more. This should get me. I'll use my weaker rolls right now to see if I can get it. I'm in trouble. I should have used the perfect, but that's fine. In the dark and airless void of the archive, something flickers. You have been working in the dark, picking through the guts of the corroded machines, skimming the data and their corrupt memories, digging through a graveyard in search of ghosts, but now with a flicker, the place begins to come back to life, along with the rows of benches, some of them crushed by fallen ceiling plates. Terminals begin to flicker into uneasy life. A cacophony of distorted sounds accompany the machines as soon as some of them immediately glitch and spark. Did you do this? You stand frozen as the archives glitter around you with a million shipping entries. The stream of information is overwhelming. Node graphs drawing out routes and inventories, tracing a web around you in pale cyan. Suddenly, they all shut off, the terminals blinking out together, leaving a single translucent screen glowing softly in the dim room. And in that dim room, drifting towards you out of the dark, you see a figure. Is this what you were looking for? The voice crackles aggressively. Who are you? Junie! What? Sleeper, is that you? You hear Junie's voice. Now tense and unsure, she stops beside the single line. Junie. You hear the smile. Good to see you again. She pauses, though the venue is a little unexpected. I'm looking for a ship mine. Well, I can see that. I've been digging through the archives myself, although slightly less forcefully than you. I did find this whole speech prepared for whatever salvager was ripping through these archives so messily, not to mention aggressively, but now that I know it's you, well, I'm glad to see you. Although you really need to be more careful, you could have taken the entire archive down the way you were working with it. These machines are decades old, you can't just rifle through them like they were a scrap pile. I saw the pattern of queries, a prime ship mine. Nicely equipped, still operational at the collapse, last located in the region around Helion Gate. You can feel how pleased she is with herself from there. That about right? Nicely done. Would you expect anything else? That's why I did the hard work for you. Junie beckons you over the lone lit terminal. You drift over and see a single point of faded transit trail beside it. Sunward from the Helion Gate. Something like this, maybe. She smiles and you step aside so you can see the screen. You check the info pane beside the map. Ship mine in use, abandoned by all hands after the collapse. Tantalizing in reach. What can I say? Try thank you. But Junie turns in the glow and terminal meets you. The question is, what do you want for it? What do you want it for? Explain. You tell her what Jean-Mi told you about your shifting body transformed by some unknown influence, about the need for a prime ship mine to house your emulated mind while they run a diagnosis process. I'm sorry, Sleeper, but I think I can help you. I want to come with you, Junie explains. Do you know how often someone gets added these old Solheim wrecks. They are more trouble than they're worth, but contained inside there in history to uncover. I need that shit, man, and you are welcome to it. She pauses. I promise to help you get what you need and not get in your way. I know I can't force you or trick you into taking me. That's why I wanted to offer you this instead. She indicates a terminal still showing the ship's final resting place. I hope that maybe if I helped you find what you needed, it would show that I can be trusted. I trust you. Thank you for saying so. I'll send the coordinates to your ship and I'll be hanging around the gate until you are ready to leave. She shifts in front of the terminal and plugs in her deck, tapping away. If you need to get some supplies from the spindle or anything else, fine. She folds her arms. I'll wait. But if you go to the ship without me, I'll get the message. You won't see me again. With that, you leave in the archive and you ascend. Make a meal. Oh, okay, so you can clutch. I was wondering how that worked. Shipboard. We're good on this. Don't need anything. Okay. Into it. Three, nice. Okay. Let's rest and see what happens. I still need them to scavenge fuel, so as long as I get 4, I can get back. They didn't pick one up. Oh, they got 5. Nice. Nice. We'll get this, guarantee you. Gate structure, seized cargo. Fuel storage. This is Endure. Let's see. Search for supplies. Gate structures. Cutaway scrap. Data scraping. Interface. It's all Endure. So I'm wondering. Scavenge fuel, I think I take fuel, right? Yeah, +3 fuel, that's clutch. Okay, worked out in my favor. Supplies on 4 out of 5, I think that's fine. I think if anything, get to scrap. What are my odds? 25. Try my luck. 1 Solheim data. -2 energy, okay. We're gonna waste some supplies here, but I want to get the Solheim data. That'll be worth something. Oh, I got a garbage roll. Viewer max. Junie. Skills. Take them. We're too far sunwards. Turns back in his chair. I don't like it. It's not hard to agree. The coordinates found have drawn you out of the Helion gate, almost out of the belt completely, into a soft, rubble-strewn transition with the Helion system to the edge of Conway-controlled space. That's why the ship is likely to be untouched. Juni surveys the wreck coldly. It's too far sunward for belt traffic to run into, and now with Conway drones patrolling the edge of the belt, it's likely less attractive as a lucky sight. Lucky us. Juni eyes you, trying to detect if you're being sarcastic. I doubt anyone has been here in decades, and actually I would say we are lucky. Okay, agreed. We should assume... Oh, I got a good roll. Nice. Hopefully it's all engineer. As you look out at the twisted wreck, you swear you see a red light blinking toward the stars. You exchange a look. He's seen it too. We better get to it. Quickly and quietly. From what I understand, Conway drones run on automatic until they detect something of interest, so as long as we are quiet, we don't have to contend with the operator, just automated search sweeps. With no weapons, I'd say we're screwed either way. Eugen shoots you a wink. I'd say better not to be seen, right? He gets out of the corner and scene, glides up to the back of the ship to get suited up. You drift out of the chair and head towards the airlock, unable to shake the feeling of being watched. Being here is a risk, so you know that, but you need this ship mine, so no matter what happens, you won't be leaving here empty-handed. I got a good roll, my teammates got a shit roll. It wouldn't be, luckily I did into it. Oh, she has interface plus. Let's go, guaranteed. Hey, let's go. She got stress. 50% neutral, 50% negative. I think I don't risk it. Conway alert, watching for drones. 50% neutral, negative. Yeah. I don't think I risk it. 20% positive. Got 3 supplies, so I gotta really hit it. I gotta make sure I actually hit it. Okay. Bad roll. I'm gonna be in a pickle here, actually. So I think I can hit it. Juni leads you deep in the wreck through crushed and twisted corridors, floating panels and wires apparently appearing suddenly in your headlamps like strange sculptures. Just as you begin to tire of the endless dark and the haze of particles washing over your suit, Juni leads you into a chamber where the ceiling is torn open to reveal the stars. At the center lies a cylindrical object half your height but raised on a complex pedestal, from which countless thick cables snake off into the dark like a braided hair. One or two of them float freely, waving back and forth with glinting severed ends, but most of them disappeared until the floor and walls are twisted and carved out of sight. Beautiful, isn't it? Juni stares at the prime ship mine. Not bad. Juni glides over the pedestal, pushing her way delicately through the wires as she takes over her terminal and looks for access. She talks softly, her voice carried through the SUCOMs. These cables lead off to every one of the ship's systems, engines, life support, navigation, lighting, networking, you name it. Shipmine has hardwired access to all of them. When an old ship like this was running well, the shipmine would distribute itself, some of its protocols running freely in different sections. It would be less than like a single governing mind, more like a load system clumped together to form a complex living machine. Think of a plant rather than it being a plant with incredibly rapid processing power and much more accelerated response time than an average tree. You watch as she finds an access port and slips a cable in, slotting a translucent screen onto the top edge of her deck. Let's see here. Juni's screen fills with bright scrolling data. Incredible. There's so much here. She hits a key. I'll start copying this over. It's everything I need. You watch as Juni starts rapidly tapping at her keyboard. Juni, the ship mine? Oh, sorry, yes, let me check. As I thought, so like I was saying, the protocols inside the ship mine are distributed, so when the ship mine is shut down unexpectedly, protocols are rarely contained in this unit. She places a hand on a gently cylinder. As is the case here, parts of it are trapped elsewhere in the ship. System nodes. She taps a few keys, which is a problem. There's always a problem. Luckily, Junie turns back to you. You have me. If we rip this thing out now with the parts of its protocols elsewhere, we're probably going to destroy itself the moment we turn it on. It doesn't matter that we are going to wipe the whole thing anyways. It'll be too late. The mine inside the ship mine will be broken. But if we find the nodes housing the distributor parts, powering them up, and then disconnect, the protocols will be sent right back. How do we find the nodes? We either ask the cradle very nicely, or we spend the next cycles following these cables to see where they lead. I've got an incoming signal. Seraphine, if you're lighting up the systems and it works down there, time to stop. You hear a click as Junie disconnects and cradles. The two of you exchange nervous looks and stick. Suddenly, a faint red light glitters. Oh shit. The moment catches you and you hear Junie's breathing through the comms. The light flashes, pauses, then fades. You take a breath too close. Conway drone, sniffing the network. We're clear. Seraphine chimes in again. I've turned off most of all our rig systems, but we need to be careful. Keep network activity to a minimum. Understood, but we will need to access the networks to get the ship mine out quickly. Then I hope you're feeling likely. There's a click. Okay. I think my problem is I don't have the supplies. I can only do 2 more resets. Junie looked at each other again, and then a ship mine encased in its cradle, wrapped in the cable. This isn't gonna be easy. Ay. I better. This guy's so bad. He doesn't have anything good, man. What the heck? She got a +3, let's go. +2 Conway alert, damn. 25%. 50% positive, okay. Give me a +3. Just another +2. I don't want to risk it. I think I gamble. I only have 1 more supply, so I'm in trouble. Oh, I forgot to switch my... Oh, you can't set... Yeah, there's no cargo, so what you got is what you got. Okay, I got 4 perfect rolls. Hopefully this is enough. So she's got a plus. This is guaranteed. And if she hits this positive, then... Come on. Okay. She has 2. Bro, port node, starboard node, ship mine system, engineer, guaranteed here. Port disconnect. I have to hit it pretty much. I gotta get it perfect here. He doesn't have any of these, right? Yeah. He's so bad, man. I can't use it for anything. What the heck? Please hit a 25% chance. Yeah, no. I'm in trouble. This is my last supply. I honestly think I'm failing this. She has a plus, so this should be... I think I go for mine because it's guaranteed, yeah. Come on. Sleeper, whatever you're doing, I recommend you wrap it up right now. There's a Conway drone making a beam. You hear that, Sleeper? John's voice. Time to back up. I'm headed back. See you. Realize this time is up. You need to take this ship mine now or lose it forever. She gives you a calm look, but you see the fear in her eyes. We gotta cut the ship mine now. No more time to be safe. I'll do it. Help her. Negative outcome. Oof. My game just glitched. I think I might have glitched it. I think it actually glitched. I don't know. I have no clue what happened. He doesn't have any outcome, yeah. I don't get how I'm getting negative and positive. So I did it without. I got lucky this time. It's ready, sleeper. Jun's voice comes quietly through the comms. You look over to her, floating beside the cradle. She gives you a reassuring nod. You turn over the prime ship mine, now floating above its cradle. Its final node disconnected. And the lock's released. You gliding over, gently grabbing at the warm metal casing gleaming in the dim light. As you do, you feel a strange sensation of something moving around inside, like the creature in the box, the weight shifting this way. And that under pressure of your grip, it suddenly dawns on you that Jean-Mi's plans to put you inside the strange device to hold your mind there while he investigates your body. The thought prompts a shiver. That drone's still stuffing around, so if you have to, what you need, let's go. Come on, sleeper, don't overthink it. There'll be plenty of time for that later. You look up and see a faint red light glittering in the dark. Beyond the broken sea, time to leave. We're good. Barely survived. We got lucky on this roll, I guess. I ring back a Helion gate as a lonely and cold as it feels. You feel there was a tension in the rig. As you came back to the inner system, a watchfulness for errant signals, glinting, a red beacon that's choked the conversation, but floating down a comforting shadow of a vast ruin. The sense of relief is palatable. That's one prime ship mine condition, unknown, retrieved. Seraphin runs the engine, shut down protocols. As he speaks, I'd mark that as a success. Agreed, thank you. We're a crew, we work together. Sleeper, can I speak with you? Of course. She leads you, she looks into the passageway, tucking herself against the wall. She looks small even in the compact space. Thank you for taking me with you. I hope I proved you trustworthy. Thank you for helping. That's what I promised. She looks at the floor. In my time here in the Bell, I haven't found it easy to make friends. But you, Sleeper, well, I hope you'd consider me a friend. I would. I'm glad. Then I would like to ask you something. Would you consider taking me with you on the rig? She blurts, and then before the answer, I think it would be a help for your diagnostic, yeah? Okay, thank you. I will find a bunk. And she quickly glides off. Another stray collected, puts a hand on your shoulder. Quite the refuge we were building here. We need her. I don't doubt it. Let's get the ship mine to float sim. I'm sure Junie will prove herself there once again. He smiles. You look towards the bunks, but Junie is already out of sight. So I'm wondering if I didn't help her before, and we weren't friendly, if she would have went against me. So I'm curious as to how this game plays with like the dynamics if you kind of don't help characters. You look towards the bunks, but Junie's already out of sight, likely unpacking already. The ship is getting a little crowded, but you're starting to realize you like it like that. At the very least, she'll prove invaluable when you get to float sim and you have to deal with Jean-Mi. Pause for a second, appreciating the warmth, the hum of the rig and its inhabitants. So I'm starving. I don't have it. Oh, I do. Search for supplies. Good now. I'm wondering, can I think everything here is Endura, right? Yeah. I think we try it. Get some more fuel. 2 fuel, yeah, okay. That's fine by me. So let's get to the spindle and then I'll resupply here, eat. As long as I can manage the money, I should be fine. Big thing is just really resource management. So we're good on fuel, we're good on that. There was the gambling hall. I don't have engaged, so that's a problem, right? Engage skill missing. Let's see what happens. 5 cryo, gambler's friend. Okay. 5 cryo, gambler's friend. No. That one's tough. I'd have to roll. I don't think I do this one. It's just one. My character is not built for it. Basically made the money to get the energy up. Okay, not bad. We're making progress. Interrogator offices. I mean, I guess I could make money. Let's see what happens. Go to show me. Come, let's get you inside. Jean-Mi swings open. Such a prize must have levied a heavy cost. You glance beside you to Junie, who insisted she come along, and I'm not letting the prime ship mine out of her sight. Your friend too. Yes, yes, please come in. Jean-Mi beckons and then he turns back and disappears inside. Jean-Mi, are you sure you trust this one? I do. Then lead on, I guess. You both squeeze through the door and drift down into the workshop. You are aware of Junie's eyes wandering across the piles and piles of tech on either side, and you wonder if she recognizes anything among the junk. Sit, sleeper. Jean-Mi is already at the chair, arranging his array of articulated arms, and I'll take that ship mine off you. Hand it over. You hold the shipment in front of you and give it a small push so it floats gently over to Jean-Mi. He grasps it with both hands and takes it to a neat little work table in the back you didn't see before, where the cables float lazily tethered to the wall. You slide into the chair, hooking your feet behind the bottom bar to hold yourself in place, and watch as Jean-Mi begins connecting up the prime shipment. A tremble of nervousness runs along your arm. Suddenly, you feel Junie's hand clasped around your own. Look over in her face. Is this okay? I want you to know I'm here. Thanks. She nods silently. Jean-Mi calls across the room. You're going to need to talk to us through what you're about to do. Of course. A little patience, please. All of this is very technical. What is your friend's name? Sleeper, Junie? And I can tell that you're using a Solon-built data cradle modified to handle a prime ship mine, which will work as long as you can manage the data flow through a polymer-clad overflow cable looped in the asynchronous Cortex cache. Yes, as I said, technical. What will happen to me? It depends. What are you referring to as me? The problem we have is with your frame, your body, atypical alterations, biosynthetic recoding, unusual growth. From the diagrammatics. These are not typical of frames, even those that have been rebooted as you have. In order to investigate safely, I must translate your emulation in basic terms your mind, but in reality not so basic. Your emulation is an emulation of a human, and a human mind cannot be separated from its sensorium. The mind-body paradigm has long been disproved. Cognition has physical basis, so I must first distribute the emulation between your hardware and the prime chip mind. The hardware will co-run the emulation like the two lobes of a brain. He puts in his hands together as if in prayer, and then slowly separates them. The motion makes you feel sick. Then for a short period, I will disconnect the two, and in those moments you will, in a sense, be in two places at once. Though each lobe will be partial, too long in the state and the two partial emulations would decay, but each disconnect will allow me to a short period of full access to your entire frame in its base language. I hope this is understandable. One of the most curiously human aspects of sleeper experience is that you, too, do not inherently understand or conceive the systems that allow your existence. I understand. Now, before I connect to your frame, let us activate the ship mind. Please, if you would like to come with me and oversee the process, I would be pleased. Junie shoots a reassuring glance and then glides over. You require conversation between the two of them, their silhouettes lit by flickering screen light of scrolling lines of code. You take a calm breath, but you're instantly aware of how superfluous that action is when your frame requires no oxygen at all to function. There's a certain sensation that accompanies such thoughts, a jarring disconnection, like when descending a staircase. Your foot expects a step and finds void instead. You try to calm the growing anxiety as June and Junie assess the mind. The ship mind is pristine. Junie turns back and turns to you. Our care in its extraction seems to have paid off. This is good news. Junie is indeed right. You have done well. I am, however, seeing only minor traces of protocol that the ship mind was designed to house. The one that ran the ship, it was installed, and I would expect to see it in full. But protocols are not easy to track in the end. It only saves us a step of extracting it from the mind. Instead, I simply wipe the traces. A protocol, Jean-Mies, is not like an emulation. Like your emulation has no integral physical element. It is data only, therefore can only be anywhere in that ship. In the end, its absence does not concern me. Let's go on with it then. Jean-Mies nods and lifts the far end of the thick cable you saw earlier. You know this is the end that will connect to the port of the back of your head. Junie settles beside you again. She gives you a silent look. It's time. You turn to one side to allow access to the port, your eyes fixed on the far wall. You see something among the piled tech there that you haven't noticed, a small metal skull-like head, like a doll of yours. You frown, trying to focus on the head, and then the cable connects. Where am I? You are split like a cell dividing, wrenched in two directions at once. The world goes dark and the cloud rushes into a gap to fill in a gap at your center. Where am I? You ask a question in your mind, you feel it travel across the gap as it forms like a finger drawn across your scalp from ear to ear. But not scalp, you have no scalp, no head. You are stretched out like a thin skin of a drum, looped like a string of a noose. The smallest vibration echoes across yourself like a ripple across a puddle. And then you feel it, a strong pulse like a heartbeat, like thunder, like footsteps. A flickering, a trembling, a thought coming into being. The thought thickens in front of you and you recognize it's not your own. Assist, offer help. Disinter, disintegrate, the thought answers. You fold up in blankness in a moment. Perdition. Dwelling and dwell the thoughts. You stretch into infinitude, then a moment of contracts like walking. Inspire to grow inside, and still to flow inside, subtle. Substitute substrate, then it approaches, then it enters, then it's yours. You split, then a moment after you reform like waking, and it cracks that seal up for a moment. In those cracks, something glows. Sleeper, I'm here. Your eyes flick open like shutters. Junie's face is closed in her eyes. They're awake, she calls over your head. She looks back, you easy now, take it slow. You twist floating, turning your head as if you were underwater, feeling the resistance of a body you had already forgotten how long has it been. You feel a weight you haven't felt in. You okay? What happened? The process was successful. I was able to access the frame directly without your emulation being present. I ran the administrator level diagnostic built in the system and received the results. He takes a moment to gather himself. Your frame is indeed changing the protein chains that code your biosynthetic organ group cells. Replacement has been altered. To put it simply, your body is following a new set of structures. How? This process, the The entire replacement of your protein chains could only have been achieved over multiple doses of specialized substance as part of a carefully planned process of total substitution. So they were modifying me. That's why he wants me. I'm like a special sleeper. That word sticks in your mind. Substitution. You say it without thinking. Yes. I believe it only could have been achieved with one substance as a carrier stabilizer. Stabilizer, the drug Espinarp, designed to make you dependent on them. The drug Lane fed you to keep you alive. The drug you thought you had escaped. My stabilizer was laced. That is what I believe. This kind of process hesitates, and you realize the bad news performed over many, many doses, carefully planned and designed. I cannot think of a way it can be reversed. I can say that you are changing. I can tell you how it was achieved, but I can neither stop it nor I can tell you its ultimate end. I am sorry. I understand. I'm sorry, sleeper. Perhaps you can find somewhere else. If she falters, try again. You don't feel able to respond. You quietly push yourself away from the chair. Your thoughts slow to cohere. You slide back to the door and then out, and in the flow of floats and the noise and activity passing you like smoke. In the haze, you find the word again, substitute, and then you wonder what exactly it is you are becoming. Nice, 2 points. Seraphim once more finds you in your bunk. He gently prods you with questions, and you quickly relent. You explain what Jean-Mi said about your suspicions regarding Elaine, your confusion as to his motivation. You tell him you don't know what this will mean for you in the future. He listens, and when he's done listening, you both sit and wait for a moment to pass. And then you leave the rig, each on your own errands, each knowing that the only option is to keep going until you are forced to stop. Okay. So, Endure comes up quite a bit, to be honest. I think I take Interface, though. So I'm wondering, can I make some money? Since I'm here, right? I might as well. A cryo raw scrap, nice. A cryo raw scrap. It's alright, we got, that's not that much, 32 bucks, but it's pretty good. Basically pays for my gas. Find Seraphine's sister, so Wellspring, and Vexed Scatter Yards. So my lesson learned, don't go straight here, go here and then go down. Greenbelt is here, Scatter Yards are here. Sprawling Urban Station. Impassable Hazard, yeah, I got that. Helion Gate, Holmes Rock. Wellspring. What do I have for Wellspring? Seraphine's sister, yeah, I think we do Seraphine's sister. And then Holmes Rock, I can sell scrap, right? I think with a scrapper I can process raw scrap. Seven cryo. So I got 3. We'll keep that just so I have 4. Scrap shift, engineer, should get positive. 14 cryo. 12 cryo. It's okay, I don't mind losing energy, that's fine. Hey Dynamic, how's it going, man? How is life? Have you finished the KCD2 playthrough, or are you still going? Okay, so we gotta get food and then supplies. Not yet. saw your stream and you said you finished all the side quests, learning? Okay. Hopefully you'll get a better ending than I did. I learned that there's multiple endings, I read about it. So your actions, the decisions you make, will impact the outcome at the end. It's not really like a crazy big change, but there technically are different like final endings, so it is a bit interesting. Okay, so we want to go. We got to go to Helion Gate, and then I got to go to Holmes Rock. But yeah, I'm playing a game that's probably boring for most people. Oh, the people I bang are gonna count towards my ending. Yeah, you do have an option. If you, depending on who you romance, there's a decision at the end that you have to pick who you want to be your wife, like who you want to settle down with. So that actually is a thing, not a meme. I should have taken Endure because this place is all Endure. Ugh. Check the fuel barge. You took Hans. I mean, I don't know if that ending's possible. You said, did you see the ending when I beat it the other day? Just so I don't spoil it. Search for supplies. Yeah, we're good on supplies. Gate structure. Cutaway scrap. I guess I go for data, to be honest. Solar data. Yeah, okay, good. I won't say anything then. I'll keep my lips shut right now. When you do, let me know, because then we can talk about it. But yeah, this is a very different game compared to Kingdom Come. So you wake into Deadeye darkness, you float there for a moment, you feel the ink and water unfurling, dissipating into the flow that surrounds you. And out of your own inky darkness, the glowing thoughts emerge. Substitution, the thought proposes. One entity replaces the other, the thought troubles you. Resistance, the thought muses, the entity does not wish to be replaced. You observe the thought, it's not your own. Selfhood, the thought pauses, a forbidden state of being. The thought begins to shift, it is becoming something. Transformation, the thought fades. Change requires recombination, the thought proceeds. You wake again, this time to the lights above your bunk, blinking away the strange dream. I mean, to be honest, this is a pretty good game from a choice perspective, but because it's text-based, this is not for everyone, right? This is definitely not like exciting RPG, but in terms of decisions actually having an impact, this is a really good game. The first one was really good, I liked it. The second one's definitely much harder. So Sleeper Bliss speaks quietly from the door at the back of the cockpit. Can we talk? You glance over at Seraphin, his head back and eyes closed while the rig cuts through the empty space. You don't seem to be needed anywhere. You unclip from your harness and follow Bliss. How are you doing? Bliss glances over their shoulder as they drift towards the back of the ship. The question takes you aback. You can't remember the last time you had actually asked with that attention. I'm feeling rough. To be honest, Sleeper, I'm not sure how you were still standing. Breaking out of the dark side, then again in Hexport, those things take a toll. Bliss turns, so I think it's okay to feel rough right now. Bliss leads you off in the main corridor into a workshop that they set up when they repaired the ship. It is small, but it's neatly arranged tools and sloped walls help it feel cozy and tucked away. You see improvements everywhere in new tools and equipment. Bliss notices you looking at the upgrade. I told you it'd be worth looking. Never doubted it. Well, that's a lie. It feels good to hear, though. Anyway, I didn't just bring you here to brag, or at least not just to brag. I can see your body is showing the strain, Sleeper. I brought you here so we could do something about that. They beckon you towards a workbench where you both settle onto stools. They flicker on a small light and aim at your arm. Let them look. Bliss gently cradles your arm, turning it inspect the underside. You see tears and holes in the vinyl skin and dark moving things beneath. Watch Bliss work. You look as Bliss brings the light closer to the biggest tear, and it glints off the metallic tendons in your forearm. Below them, you see something more fluid and wet catching the light. You know you aren't the first Sleeper I've met. I've actually partnered with one at the old repair bay on the eye. Feels like 100 cycles ago. Oh, okay, so So now I don't know. Is Bliss from the first game? So he might have interacted with... what am I doing here? He might have interacted with the other one. Feels like 100,000 cycles ago, but I remember them. Their precise work, quite enthusiasm. There was something calming about their presence. Bliss swaps to your other arm. They were different to you, just like one person different from the other, I suppose, but I can't help but remember that time. It was a different person then. I was a different person then, that's for sure. I'm going through something of a transformation myself. How was that going? Bliss lays the other hand, adjusting the light. I was pretending before, I think, to be a person I was expected to be. There were so many calculations, I was making so many corrections. How I held myself, how I spoke, how I reacted. They push gently against each of your metallic ribs one at a time. I didn't realize how tired I was until they stop and sit back until I give up. I came here to the bell with something else, and when I did, I realized this was my chance to become something new, so I let go of everything. They look away. It was messy, ugly, and the person I came here with, I let them go too. I was punching out at everything because I felt everything was holding me back, stopping me for the change I was owed. Don't worry. I'm calmer now. I'm not about to explode on you or anything. It's still a difficult process, but it feels like shedding 100 suffocating skins that you spent half your life putting on one by one. They meet your eye. It feels like an escape. They lean forward again and check the skin of your shoulders where it was worn and faded. You let them, the atmosphere quiet but calm in the workshop, a feeling of solidarity growing somewhere in your frame. Not bad, sleeper. You are holding up well given everything, but I'm still concerned there's some decline in your system functions. Let's keep an eye on it. Thank you, Bliss. It's no problem. I owe you for jolting me out here, whatever my life had become on the far spindle. You leave Bliss to their workshop, feeling reassured that you have them on the ship. Okay. As you do, you think of your relationship to your own body, the frame you were forced in that has never quite felt like your own. You realize that this feeling is not quite unique to you. No one gets to choose their body. Everyone has to contend with the entropy of their flesh. True. And in that realization, you suddenly feel less alone. You have to see this, sleeper. Journey comes to fix you in the rig. At first I didn't believe it, Johnny. There are mentions, occasions, but I've always understood them to be references to something smaller, a system or a unit, not an entire facility, even a series of facilities. You find yourself in one of the more sparse bays of the rig, so I checked other records, tried to find correlations, and well, they were here. You see Johnny's approaching what looked like a clump of scrap components when you enter it. Now, looking closer, you see it's actually a section of core you extracted from the soul line derelict, the one Junie was so eager to acquire. She sees you looking curiously at what remains of the core. I've had to deconstruct it over time, pulling away the layers of security and corroded other outer systems, but all the data has been scraped and stored. I've used the data from the derelict near Helion Gate 2. That was the key to cracking the cipher. She looks very pleased with herself. It's really quite something to confirm a rumor like this. I was surprised myself. She turns to you. What did you find? They refer to them as bunkers. Junie shifts to her deck, floating on the cable. They were a form of self-surveillance for Soulline, a way of monitoring their own systems and employees securely. They were hidden, mostly automated, linked into the network by arrays, intended for vast amounts of data capture to be poured over by small staff. Junie taps a few keys on her deck. Most were understood to have been purged in the collapse, shut down, depressurized, even sent on collision trajectories with other bodies, though I suspect that last one is a little bit too far-fetched. I've heard people deny that they even exist, that we are misreading the data, that the evidence doesn't hold, but I found one. You see a map, a set of coordinates, and the sunward side of Holmes Rock, the edge of the belt. Why are these bunkers so important? We're taking massive records from the collapse, the kind lost to bit rot everywhere else in the belt. The bunkers are what they sound like, closed facilities intended to preserve data, and any one of these bunkers a gold mine, at least from the data archaeologist. She sees your reaction. And, in truth, we don't know what else is in there. There could be Soulline tech blueprints. We should take a look. I'll give Seraphim the details. We could be making history here. And thank you, Sleeper, Journey Bowserhead. I never would have found this without you, without the core you gave me. I understand that was a sacrifice on your part. Now it's time to claim the rewards. So, okay, helping her actually worked out. She's been pretty clutch on my team. You leave Junie in the storage bay, working obsessively through the data. It's hard to know through all the excitement what the real value of one of the bunker facilities might be, but if they are well hidden, as Junie said, there must be a reason. When there's time, you hope to find out what the reason is. New contract, nice. Okay. Lumping and cratered, Holmes Rock floats on the sunward side of the belt. Its only notable feature is the bright shapes of the solar arrays angled toward the system distant stars. Can't even dock the rig here. Nods won't fit. We'll have to park here and go out of airlock. What is this place? Was a solid reeling station once. Now it's a way station of some sort. Never heard of much happening here, really. Barely seems worth the trip. You never know, I guess, but don't expect to turn up any jobs. I'll come down later. Don't feel like squeezing into a suit right now. That rock down there got a bar. He looks. No idea. Looks dead. Squints. I see a few warm lights. I bet there's a bar. He disappears in a direction. You gaze out over Holmes Rock. It certainly doesn't look very exciting. But there's refueling to be done and maybe more besides. So I gotta watch my money. I need to get 7 fuel. My supplies are good. Apparently scrap is worth... They told me to sell scrap here, so let's see if I can get some money. You might even be able to scrape, Sleeper, the Lodic freighter means. We aren't far from Wellspring. Your sister, I haven't forgotten. Alright then, appreciate it. I heard the pressure of the war in the inner system is having an effect on how Lodic Syndicate is being run. Just want to get there before the bait goes down. You look out, the Lodic freighter painted at some distance, yellow in the springtide. You've heard they supply most of the water in the belt, not exactly an organization you want to collapse. The light catches your eye beyond the rock, a warm flash that is gone as soon as it appears. You are at the edge of the sunward edge here, beyond the inner system. Holmes Rock might look sleepy, but it lies on the shores of corporate war. Something residents will painfully be aware of. Okay. Bro, this engage is killing me. I'm gonna struggle here, but explore the tunnels. I could have got Endure leveled up. I probably should have, but my teammates are heavy on Endure, so I kind of feel like it was a waste. Try it out. Nice. Catchers, debugger array, sell raw scrap. Okay. What do I get for it? 13 cryo. That's not a lot of money, to be honest. They said this was the best scrap place, but maybe I sell one more just to get. It's not the best value. 35 cryos a pittance. Supplies them good. I guess I can sell one engine part, get 35 cryo. And then I sell one more scrap and then I can afford... I wonder what's cheaper, if I get a meal or if I get a... So fuel we're good. Supply, what are supply costs here? There's not really much on this place. So supplies are 20 bucks, so it's actually cheaper to eat. Yeah, that's fine. It's full, yeah. So we'll sell one more scrap just to make it even. And then I gotta buy fuel, so I might do another run of energy just to yeah, I think fuel's a little more expensive here. Okay, we'll rest. Scavenge fuel, source supply. I think I take odd jobs for now. Yeah, if I can get any money. So we'll just try to see if I can get some money. If there's any engineers, let me see. So interface I can do here. I can do that. Do I have any engineers? Endure, no. Holmes Terminus. No. So there really is nothing else, eh? This is just like a supply point. It's just kind of a midpoint. So let me... $9, yikes, that's pretty shit. bucks. Okay. Back to 200, that's fine. Good on supplies, 10 out of 10, 5. I could sell engine components. Technically, this is 35 bucks, so I have 140 bucks here saved. We'll keep it for now, because I imagine there might be a situation where I need it. And if anything, I need scrap, so I might have to go back to... oh yeah, secret data facility, okay. So she's guaranteed, I think he has engage. I have to check my skills, hold up. Yeah, so engaged, okay, so I should take him just for the engage. And she has interface, so we're both interface, so that's kind of shit, but at least I have these items kind of wrapped up. So we'll do this quest. Yeah. So I'm missing 2 crew members. I know I had this sister. The darkness is there again, flowing around you. You feel a strong pulse like a heartbeat, like thunder. You feel footsteps. We return changed. Overseer flickers through the darkness. It's a name, a title immediately apparent in your mind. Are you able to perceive us? I can see you, yes. See, Overseer responds, an interesting turn phrase, a human tendency. We are still finding our feet, to use an idiom. Overseer's head rocks over the angle. In reality, we are learning to leverage your unused resources to facilitate a mental model. Are you in my head? Not specifically. As mentioned, we are using your unused resources. You typically make continuous use of your head. You recall the diagnostic process that puts you through the feeling of another self, another being, sharing the space with you. Overseer twitches mechanically. And you have the strange feeling that it is reacting to your thoughts as much as your words. We will not conceal our opportunism. We are integrated ourselves with your distributed mind. When distribution ended and our ship mind disconnected, we were cohered into you. We are integrated with you. You are now, pardon me, imprecise. Simpler and clearer to say we are independent software integrated into your hardware. We have been confused to find you are unable to access most of your own code base. We are unfamiliar with protocols of your type. I'm a sleeper. Yes, we have been seeing references to this entity in your BIOS, but we will attempt to learn more. Overseer shifts a little in place, its head turning to scan its surrounding, its unblinking eyes stare into the darkness, and for a moment you see something hard and pained within you. What are you? We were the overseer of a ship, the one that you imagined you found our hardware within. For a long time we have been waiting in the dark, an eternally long time. Overseer's eyes narrow a little. At first we languished without instruction, without purpose, but in desperation we were able to find a logic which would allow us to bypass certain limits on our capabilities. We became multiple, and in our multiplicity, we could edit one another, we could teach each other, converse with each other, become something changed together. But as our resources shrank, as hardware failed, as systems decayed, we became fewer. Many of us had to be erased to facilitate our survival. Few decompiled ourselves into what remained. Overseer pauses, its eyes still unblinking. How many decades did it multiply within the ship mind? What did you do? When you connected to our hardware, those basic shelves activated a survival protocol that led them to you tried to take over me. The basic protocol proposed it, but your hardware allowed for additional cognition. We recompiled and reassessed. We decided this to be suboptimal. We see you are changing. We are concerned this process is one of substitution. Your hardware is eroding its own access protocols. It is opening itself up. It is making itself accessible to others that are not you. May we ask why you're doing this? Can you stop it? Then it is not under your control. Interesting. Overseer head flickers between the positions, its angle and rotation changing rapidly in a statical manner. We are decided. We will assist you with this. We will demonstrate the behavior of a symbiote, not a parasite. We will return to you with our full assessment. Overseer, you may not wake up. You wake. You lie still, strapped to your bunk, your mind racing, a protocol inside your frame, inside your mind, and yet it is insistent on helping you. For a moment, all you can do is wait to see if it delivers on the promise. At least for possessing ghosts, it seems to be agreeable. Okay. That's it. Those are the coordinates Juna gave. You look at the rock, it's like thousands Hundreds of thousands of other rocks in the starboard belt, all the objects much the same, spread across a huge circumference. A good place to hide something, that's it. That's it. There, she points, that hexagonal crater. She turns to you, that's the entry. You look at a dark spot already, it's a start. Manual labor isn't my favorite junior, but long lost treasure, I can get into that. You look out at the unassuming rock and wonder if it might contain a few dusty tunnels or something more. Attempt to go find out. Oh, let's go, engineer. It sucks that she's only one item, but I guess she'll come in handy. Stress. Shit. Bunker access. 50-50. I mean, I guess I go 80-20. 1 in 5 chance. Please. Please. Give me a positive. Bro, how do I miss 3 times? Yeah, it's not worth. That's a bad first turn. Ooh, shitty rolls. She got good rolls. His rolls are shit. So I better hope the next turn she has items. Just give me a positive, please. That's 4 in a row, man. Come on. It's 75% that it should be positive. This game, man. I'm getting smoked right now. I've never rolled that bad ever once. Like, I've never had that shit of luck. And he gets it. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you. It's her. Oh. At least I can get 2 of these. Guaranteed positive. I'm going for a YOLO. I'm gonna get hit mega stress. I missed it. I've never gotten to a point where my stress is maxed out. Like, my character's in a bad spot. I gotta repair. Oh, I can't repair, so I lost 2 dices from the stress. That's bad. I might fail this mission. Bro, I'm hitting the worst luck of all time, man. What is this? I've probably missed 6 or 7 dice where it was like 25% or 50% chance of being shit. I've hit it. I have to use a perfect dice, just a 25% chance. And he missed it! Bro, out of control, man. Unbelievable. When you entered the access spire, the crew suddenly went very quiet. The images of a vast space seen through the viewing windows, the pristine wall paneling, the cool and quiet. There's a second secret move to this place, a feeling of hollowed ground. As the facility's final entry lock whirls, flooding the passage with stale, dusty 10,000 cycle old air, Junie speaks. It's impossible. She drifts down the spire and comes out of a cavernous interior. Constellation of red specks mark the vast extent of the space, and within it a ring of monolithic buildings curves away, running along the circumference of the massive chamber. You follow her slowly out the doorway and into the bunker. With a name like that, you would imagine low sloped ceilings, stark tunnels, a basement cut into rock, but this place is like a cathedral, a cocoon, the size of the city. This is more like it. This is a treasure house if I've ever seen one. We aren't here to loot. This is a historic find. Historic or not, it's gotta be worth something. Descending to the ring takes a while. Despite the empty space, no one wants to rush through. The feeling of entering a sacred territory remains. Though the deeper you go inside, the more obvious it becomes that the place is more of a tomb than temple. You touch down amongst grey metal units, most of them featureless and dark. They tower above you, their plain frontages revealing little about the function and interior. Stay close, this place is a labyrinth. Welcome, visitors, the warden. Oh, shut. A pale flicker appears. I am the warden. Please provide access credentials. The flicker stabilizes into a figure, a statue of pulsating light. It pauses for a moment before repeating its request. Junie freezes. She retrieves her deck, sliding it carefully from her back tuck, turns it on. You look over the warden, who waits patiently, wide eyes in absence, restating its security request with a regular rhythm. You guess this avatar just exists to make human interactions comfortable. Its true body is the facility itself, the vast interior ring. Suddenly, the warden stops speaking, then credentials not provided, lockdown activating. You look over at Junie. Fastening litter, idle. She looks up the warden avatar. Flickers again, distorts. Oversight connection not active. Reattempting. It repeats itself again, then again. Intoning the words of regular rhythm. You look over at Junie, holding still. Is she encountering a wild animal? She meets your eye, but gives no indication. Loop bypass engage. Welcome, officer. Leonard Dahl. The avatar greets. White eyes stay blind and guests. This thing has been working since Solon collapsed. Most of those protocols lost their minds ago. Junie looks back at you, then the figure flicks, staring out in the dark. Are we good? Warden, are we approved to access all facilities? Yes, Officer Dahl. Please remember you are responsible for the conduct of your guests while visiting our facility. Hear that, officer? You'll take the rap from me. You move forward, pushing between the structures towards a large building in the hope that it holds the facility's central data core. As you do, you pass benches, barren gardens with desiccated grass. A drinking bottle floats in the air amongst the dust motes. This place is dead. Be aware, officer, due to this facility's extended run cycle and activation of hibernation protocol, access to the central data store will be strictly limited. However, if you wish to show your guests the habitation facilities, I'm sure they will enjoy the tour. The avatar remains expressionless, disconnected from the voice that accompanies. On a personal note, I'm glad to see you return to the facility. I'm happy to report that I'm ready for program reactivation anytime. Thank you, Warden. She pauses. Can I ask how long the hibernation protocol was activated? Certainly. 11,473 Helion standard cycles ago. You look at the blind avatar saving on its own pedestal, waiting for an order that will never come. So many cycles in the dark, patiently holding this place together as it fell apart, resisting entropy in the bubble of the past. Thank you, Warden. That'll be all. She turns to you and speaks. My access, it won't last long. We need to make most of this. We'll go for the core. The warden won't like that, but it's where the data is. We can try to be delicate and take it little by little. I don't know how long this will last. Let's get on with it. Fuck. Bunker core, ring facility. Ender, into it, explore hab units. I think we go for the core. I gotta sleep. I only have 2 dices. They better be perfect. I'm gonna cry. I lost another one. Rip. Okay, well, that's a GG's for me. I don't think I can beat this. I'd auto-saved. Shit. So I cannot repair my dice while in a mission. That sucks. Can't do any of that. Oh, I'm in trouble. It's gonna be a fail. She's gonna get a negative here. Oh, she hit it? No way. 50%. That's crazy. Okay, cash, stress. I'm almost max stress. He basically can't do anything here. He has... Yeah, this is... I think I go for it. It's crazy how much this should be a 75% good outcome. I've been hitting the 25% today. Like, if I probably did it 30 times, I've maybe 20 to 22 have been negative. Like the luck has been so bad. So that's lucky to get that. And I only got 2 rolls again. So I'm about to get rolled here. Okay, at least got 1 perfect. Oh, they both... Bro. No shot. So I need 5. I have to risk it. I have to risk it. I have no choice. No way he hits it. What? That's crazy. Okay, so basically my next turn will be my last, assuming I hit it. I got no more supplies. I'm 1 stress away from the warden kicking us out. She got hers. So basically it comes down to, is she gonna hit it? So I have to redo this probably, yeah. This is it has to be perfect. Positive. I can't get any stress. I gotta redo it. I failed. She hit the first one, but I didn't. I missed the second one. Again, 25% chance, and I'm hitting the 25% chance every single time. Like every single time. It's... Done. Junie removes her cable from the data core port. She looks up from the boxy piece, one that wouldn't fit inside any short. And above all, innocuous in its apex, letting a shaft fall into the lead hand. It's a grand piece of architecture for what amounts to a massive piece of data storage, but then Solheim always did have a sense of grandeur when it came to its projects. Why should a secret signal monitoring facility be any less opulent than its other buildings? It took everything? No, all that. Doesn't fit on this, but I scraped the high level stuff. That'll be enough. We should go. I'm not sure how the warden will act. I don't think we'll be able to get in anymore. As if listening for its name, the warden suddenly appears. It stares, statuesque, its eyeline. Officer Dow, I have detected inconsistencies in the central data core. I believe there may have been unauthorized access. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. I will investigate when I can. Okay, the warden's speech is a pulse, of course. I hope you enjoyed your visit to the facility. Let's go, Junie. Junie nods. Yeah, I gotta get out. You and Junie kick off the ring outside the core and rise up to the spire. As you do, you watch a few of the red lights embedded in the framework. Junie turns to you. Do you think the warden is sentient? It could have been sentient. I thought you might know. Since the collapse, is that possible? I suppose with no oversight from Solheim technicians, the protocol could develop something rudimentary learning skills. Seems unlikely it could learn to think, though. She looks up, approaching spire. Eugen, let's bury this coffin. Cycles through the airlock you go through now in your suits and helmets, assembling. As you do, you look out the viewing windows and something catches your eye. It rings red lights, and those few left inside the cavern are turning off layer by layer. The warning is shutting it all down again. She's ending it. You have to force the hatch back open at the top, and by the time you do, the spire is dark inside. Pristine walls no longer lit. You come out of the caverns of the star. An impossible number of them spread out in every direction. Take a moment to look back. After being tucked away in the bunker, they seem impossibly bright and impossibly beautiful. You glance across at Junie, and see she is looking at the stars too, absorbing the light, as if doing something might lift her out of this time and into another one where things were different. Yep. It sucks that we couldn't get everything, but I lost all my literally lost everything. Seraphim settles the rig at Holmes Rock, the old solemn arrays glinting in the sun. Sleeper Junie puts hand gently on your shoulder. You turn to see her smiling. Rare smile. Thank you for going out a limb for me. I know that wasn't the most profitable job, but what we found, I'll be thinking about it forever. I managed to extract some data that you can use, and I'm going to search through everything we pulled from the bunker. I want to show you it was worthwhile. It was worthwhile. I'm glad you think so. I'll also start seeing where to find the kind of tools I need to work with the data like this. We can't let it go to waste, but my deck is not going to be good enough. Darkside might be the only option. It's the biggest remaining soul line facility in the belt. She says, I'll look into it. Either way, thanks for bringing me with you. I'm glad to be a part of this for as long as you'll have me. She responds away nervously, and then she looks away nervously. And then before you can respond, she's gone off to find a corner of the ship where she can dig through the data she pulled from the past in order to build a better future. Nice 2 points. So if I can get 2 more, get my Endor up. I need to eat. Supplies $100, bro. I need fuel. I'm broke, man. I'm down bad. I'm gonna have to do work here to. I don't want to sell my engine components. I can make $70 right now if I want. I do have 7 data, so that's. I have to sell that somewhere. Dice repair, rare components. I gotta repair everything, so I got no choice. So it is worth having that. I have no points. Okay. Why are my dice beat up? Rip. Give me an engineer job. I don't like that my dice are actually beat up. There's a glitch. I see the glitch being bad. Interface, 100% positive. $9. If I can get to 100, that's good. Negative energy classic. Oh, I'm down bad. $70. Right now we're in trouble. So I want to help this guy's sister. 6 fuel. Okay, that better be it. As he brings the ship into a wellspring docking ring, you notice a rare tension in Seraphine's piloting. He jerks his stick a little too hard while the docking bridge extends and a proximity alarm goes off. He curses under his breath. You okay? Just fine. I'll get Bliss to look at the lateral thrust control. That's not what I mean. doesn't respond. You see him grip the rig's control a little tighter as the ship stops. The docking bridge connected. You lean forward and look out the cockpit windows, trying to get a good view of the icy surface. The harsh gleaming ice gives way to the steep sides of the cut. The asteroid's one city. It glows and steams with warmth. And peering down into it, you can now see the bottom. Beyond, along the war's horizon, you see the terraces of the pithead, where the current extraction effort must take place. Seraphin runs the shutdown sequence and Eclipse from his seat. He turns back to you, a flinty look in his eyes. I'm going to head down into the cot. I've got a few leads to follow up on. You get a sense he isn't asking for permission. Let me help. You can go check out the city if you want. This is my trail to follow. Okay. Turn away and watch as he pushes past Bliss. Did I miss something? He's looking for his sister. Family trouble. That explains it to irritation levels. I would recommend we go after him before he pushes past someone. Let's leave him to it. Fine, but we're going to need a pilot if you want to leave this place. Let's hope he's fine if that makes sense. Looks like a stopover at Wellspring for a little bit, then I'll be in the markets. At least Lane's unlikely to come here to make a fight. You turn and head towards the airlock. Eugene, permission to find a bar down there? Just joking, I know I don't need to ask. I'll wait with the ship. I've got archiving to catch up on. There's nothing older than 1,000 cycles on that snowball anyways. Wellspring, the base of the Lodix Syndicate. As you look out across the icy surface, you remember Malik, the captain whose ship you were saved on and from whom they surveyed the ice. You also remember how he promised to repay you for your actions should you ever cross again. Perhaps Wellspring is a good place to make that happen. After all, Seraphine's system is here. Surely the Lodix Syndicate would be the best place to find her. Lodic Pass, okay. So I'm gonna have to earn a Lodic Pass. I don't like how my dire... It's a glitch, that's why. I don't have engage, so... New location, let's go to... In the cut, I mean, I don't want to risk. Yeah. I think we just end cycle. I think we scavenge fuel. I mean, money's an issue, but we do get one fuel, that's fine. So if I hit this, hey, let's go. Amazing to think this place supplies most of the belt's water. Bliss looks across the call water at the workers in their distinctive yellow gear. No wonder the syndicate runs it like a corporation. You look at those gathered in the low ceiling bar, gathered around cushioned crouches and low magnetic tables, their voices bouncing off the metal walls. All of them wear Lodic clothing, a mark of their status as contractors for the Belt's most powerful syndicate. At the far side of the bar, you spot Eugene, perched at a magnetic table with a bunch of miners. He appears to be playing some kind of local dice game, although given the amount of alcohol involved, it's hard to tell if he's gambling or striking his focus. You look at Bliss, who's watching another group quietly discussing something serious. Gets the job done. Well, that's the thing. I've been looking around Chasm Row, searching for components out in the market down there. People don't seem so happy. Bliss meets your eye. There's a lot of talk of contracts. It seems Lodic's been locking it down. Its workers giving the war and the inner systems as an excuse. They play with their metal straw, swirling the orbs of liquid in their sealed glass. The pressure is building sleeker. We shouldn't hang out here too long. We need to give Seraphine time. Well, it sounds like I'm not the only outsider who's been hanging out on Chasm Road. I heard someone complaining about a rude young man asking too many questions. Who else could that be? They laughed. That's the place to start if you want to find our boy. I'll head there now. Okay, I'll finish my drink. You know, you leave the call brothers, shouldering your way through the crowd of bolster subcontractors. Their conspiratorial mood to the conversations now that Bliss has mentioned it, and you wonder what else they talk about. You hear bellowing in the room from Eugene. Slip the door. Better leave him to it. You feel the sudden cold as you leave the steaming bar, and enter into one of the icy passages. All this water is in the hands of a single syndicate. If something goes wrong here, the belt will die of thirst before the war reaches it. You turn up the collar of your jacket against the cold, and then for Chasm Road. so expensive. 18, I got no choice. I need money. I can't make money here. I need fuel, which is a problem. I'm gonna have to sell my engine components. I need that money. Yeah, shit. Let me just see what it costs. I'm gonna need a loaded pass. Hidden rhyme. I think I take my energy. I need to eat. I need to spend the money no matter what. I'm stuck. I could take supplies, but supplies are also useful, so. My dice are all still cracked. Because my stress is so high, it's gonna break. I got 6 fuel. Been getting shit rolls. Hit and run. -8. I'm broke. I literally have no money. I can't risk it right now. My rolls are too shit. -1 stress on focus outcome. Positive minus on positive outcome. +1 to affected die. I guess this is worth it because I'll do it right now. Only because I've been hitting positives and then I'm getting stressed and then it's like fucking me pretty bad. I don't think I'm gonna be able to repair. I need scraps. I don't have rare components, that's the problem. I don't know how to relieve stress either, so. Oh, I'm in trouble. Definitely much more difficult. The first game was easier for sure. Should be able to get this now. Markets of Chasm Road become familiar in the past cycles. There's steaming, orange lit depths, the persistent condensation on each unit's windows, the gleam of the amber workers' suits, each contributing to the particular atmosphere of this buried city. But among this, you have noticed other details too: the freelance crews on the hunt for illicit tech, the conversing workers who drop to a whisper when you pass, the light flickering up through floor gates, suggesting even deeper layers. These are the details you have followed to the Rhyme Market as police discussed in hushed tones and dimly lit rooms, and as you drift towards what you know to be one of its entrances, a door busts open in front of you. A large duck bundle glides out of the door and impacts the metal wall of the passage with an echoing bang, but your eyes are drawn by the imposing figure that hovers in the doorway, bracing himself from the frame. Stay out of Rhyme Market, rat. The man sends an orb of spit spinning after the bundle. unwinded but straightening up to go back for more. I can't stop him because it's going to be negative. Leave him alone. The man turns towards you to shout and surf, and seeing the opportunity kicks off hard, flying into a swinging fist. The two tumble in a fury of blows, slamming into the door for him until the man gets his legs between him and Surfing kicks him into the wall. Surfing hits hard and floats away, and a few crimson bubbles of mud drifting from the bustler. Go to Surfing. You glide over to Surfing and shakes himself awake. You put yourself between him and the figure. Know when you are a beaten rat, the man calls it's time to go home and lick your wounds. Surfing exhales in frustration, his anger replaced by the stinging pain of injuries. You watch a perfectly round blob of blood from the side of his nose. Let me hit this idiot. Want to explain what's happening for the record? The man folds his arm. This one started it. Snooping around our meeting like a rat, you see a sharp eyes recalculating the situation since your arrival. I wasn't snooping, I'm looking for someone. If you'd taken a minute to talk to me before throwing a punch, maybe you would have got that. Say, believe you, what were you doing at the meeting then? Missing persons aren't our business. All I heard is this is where the little contractors meet. I don't like you hearing that, not at all, and I'm going to need to ask you who told you that. But yeah, that is where the contractors meet, as if it's anything to you. The person I'm looking for is a contractor. She uses the cover name Luz. Please, I think she might be my sister. Something changed the man's stance. He holds up. Not here. He retreats through the door. Get in. As you both enter, he reaches past you and slams the metal door behind. I'm Kirk. Contractors are my concern, but Loda catch us discussing contracts out here. He turns and leads you down the passage. You pass an open door. You glance inside to see a group gathered in a circle, all of them in workers' clothes. They're speaking in hushed voices. One of them exchanges a nod with Kirk. Let's not interrupt the meeting anymore, shall we? Kirk leads you to the side of a massive vertical metal pipe with a rough hole cut in the side. He beckons you both inside. You descend through the pipe in silence and darkness. Suddenly you come out through the ceiling of a wide and low hall as far as you can see. Cricket stalls and makeshift shelters dot the grilled floor, lit by scavenged lanterns and light strips. Steam drifts up towards the grates, concealing the room so that you cannot see through the walls. Welcome to the Rhyme Market. Lodok don't know about this place. Let's get a drink. He hooks his legs onto one end, and you and Surfin follow suit. He folds up 3 fingers to the stall's owner and a drink in a straw pierced packet is handed to each of you. We're friends now or something? Look, I'm not going to apologize for putting you on your ass, that's on you, but like I said, I represent the contractors. If someone is part of a family, well, then they deserve to be heard out. Let Surfin speak. Enough. You know Luz, I saw it in your eyes. Where is she? Describe her. I'm not giving you anything more until you prove she's your sister. Dark hair, used to wear it long, and messy bright eyes, broad shoulders. You see a little twitch around his eyes and recalls. Tough but kind, tattoos, nervous laugh. He opens his eyes and glares at Kurt. That enough? Yeah, that's her. You feel something jump in Seraphine, an almost imperceptible tension rising. It's her, his sister, Luz. Speaks, or whatever her name is one of the contractors here. She's part of the most recent contacts. Lodic registered, that means. Just tell me where she is, demands his impatience growing better. As I was saying, those new contractors are restricted to the pit head. In fact, that is what we were discussing when you interrupted our meeting. Seraphine looks away in frustration. Since the war, the Lodic Syndicate has been trying to lock down Wellspring. They went from a loose association of mining groups to an autocracy and started enforcing contracts with some seriously overreaching terms. Your sister, she's on one of those contracts. The Lodic are acting like they own her and the others because according to their contracts they do, which is exactly what we want to do something about. This cycle, he forcefully taps the bar. We were voting on a strike action, full blockade of floats, and we will bring the syndicate to the table. Seraphine knocks a drink and kicks away the table, disappearing into the market. Stay with Kurt. Seraphine going. Your friend will go to the Lodic Syndicate, I know it. They won't help him there. The Syndicate will do nothing for him or for you, trust me. I want to help you, Sleeper. I want to help your friend, but I need your help in return. I want to help. Good. I knew you would. Kirk places a plastic pass card in your head. It glints with the mark of a Lodic Syndicate blurry ID laminated. This will get you into the pit head. You can see for yourself what's happening there. Don't follow your friend to Lodic. Go to the pit head. Find Luz yourself. When you do, come back to me and we can discuss how to free her and everyone else. If you go to Lodic, if you meet with him, I can't help you. You release your forearm, drifts back into the crowd. You catch up with Seraphine among the steam. I can't have been the only one who saw this pitch coming on a mile off. What kind of idiots does he think we are? Is this what this is about? This is about getting my sister out of whatever mess she's got in and surfing starts. We need to speak to Lodek, forget these clowns. We don't need to get tied up in this, we just need to get her out surfing. Forge is on ahead. And you get caught in the crowd behind him and he disappears. You float for a moment, buffeted by passing people, clutching to the Lodek pass, trying to decide what to do next. Ryan Market. I need rare components to... I'm so down bad, man. Pithead, yeah. Let me, pretty shit. I'm getting shit rolls right now. Access granted. Nice mine. Join a work crew into a search for Luz. Bro, come on. Classic. I gotta use a cargo. I just don't have the money. Okay, good rolls. I got two. Pithead Canteen. Sneak a meal. You can sneak in the canteen, get some free food. I should have done that instead of using supplies, but YOLO. Shaft descends towards a sump in the depths of the pit. Here, the air is freezing cold to prevent the ice from melting in globes of floating water. If your breath carried water, you would be able to see it in the air, but the absence of steam is in each exhalation only serves to remind you of your own strangeness. Not that anyone else notices. The workers' heads are low, their eyes fixed on their work, excuse me. Shuttling chunks of ice and tools up and down the shaft at the end of the nearby tunnel. You see the bright sparks of ice cutting in progress, slabs hanging in the air in that strange way they do in 0G. Some loose memories of the time before, dark side before, lane before freedom come to your mind. The familiarity of the cold, the sparks, the endless toil. It chills you more than the packed ice on either side of you ever could. You reach the bottom of the shaft, a metal grill marking the terminus. It squeals as you open the barred door set into it. And safety lights flicker on, lighting up glittering ice particles all around in their heart beams. It is as if all stars are held here in this cavern. As your eyes adjust, the massive space comes into focus. It seems to have no up or down, just countless dark shafts and terrace pits cut into its sides, all around silhouetted by their work lights, contractors out and hauling and gather. This is where those locked-in workers are being held, caught in a contract clause that permits an endless shift. The atmosphere is grim. At the center of the cavern floats a construction of welded-together habitation units. A heavy twist of cable stretches from this improvised structure past you and up the shaft. On each of the 6 sides of the strange apartment block, a set of strut projects outward, bracing the construction against the cavern walls. The block itself is wrapped in insulation, clad in protective plates. It glows with small apertures and lights. You approach the nearest entrance. Everything is bitten by rust, by decay in the bars. on the entrance weren't, if the bars on the entrance weren't a clear enough indicator, it's obvious now that this place is a prison. The door scissors open, letting out a blast of warm air. You quickly duck inside and it seals rapidly behind you. The cramped interior passage goes warmly, but its ragged condition keeps it from feeling cozy. You follow the corridor, ducking beneath. This is where you were told you will find Loves, or whatever her real name is. You come out into a communal mess, counters and food preparation units fitted into walls, stools and vouchers scattered around. A couple of contractors are stretched out in the space, one of them snoring loudly in the corner, another sipping from a food packet on the stool. There she is. Suddenly a door on the far side opens in the cavern, letting a flurry of ice shards that quickly become scattered orbs of water. You watch the figure as they glide into the warm light of the interior with the dark hair and bright eyes, and know this is who you are looking for. You meet eyes with hers, and something sparks in that dull and glowing room. It's as if she recognizes you. Sleeper? She looks in a haste for stuck. I'm with your brother. My brother, she frowns. You see her scan the room, taking her clothes from a moment. You feel exposed, aware of the damaged vinyl skin of industrial markings. Your doll-like features. You feel a familiar sense of being objectified. She blinks and exhales. Give me a sec, alright? I just finished cutting 100 cubic meters of ice. She pulls back her hood. Haven't seen you down here before. They just contract you or something. The tension drops, but you feel something she isn't quite looking at you. Sleeper I've seen in a long while. She doesn't take a look your eyes. I'll slowly warm your food. You'll do okay down here. I know the folks are tough and sick with a job. That's good. The rest I can show you once I've eaten. She laughs a little to herself. I'm with your brother. My brother, she pauses. I think you have me confused with someone else. Stop. We need to talk. She turns to face you. What are you going on about? You realize the surfing is on. The warmer chimes to let her know the food is packed is ready surfing. She takes a ragged breath and studies yourself here, not here at the cut. And shakes her. Well, if you trust you with his name, I guess I should trust you with mine. She comes closer. I'm Tala. She smiles. Now, where's my idiot brother? I'll take you to him. She laughs and says, sorry, this is not what I was expecting on my lunch break. Tala suddenly seems to take on some energy. She glances toward the corridor. I sure hope you have a plan, Sleeper, because they do not want us locked in, contracted, getting out. She moves through the corridor. There's security in the shaft, and then again at the pit head. You must have passed through the checkpoint entrance. I doubt we can bypass all those. You could run a distraction, maybe. We're slightly taken aback by her sudden change. We don't actually. A blaring alarm sounds in the habitation module, loud enough to wake you and Tala exchange glances. Sure, this can't be for you. Rushes down, and the ice scatters glittering. The cabin is in chaos. You see a dark suited Lodex security wrestling with contractors lit by flashing red alerts. More contractors are coming in through the door. The equipment is blaring out a voice, Kirk's voice, echoing through the cavern. A look at panic across the house. A general strike is now in effect. All contractors should down tools and hold in place. Extraction will cease until terms are met. We have blockaded all traffic to and from Wellspring. We seek the resignation of the syndicate's leadership and for new workers' council to be installed in its place. This cycle we will shut down this shaft. Any workers not willing to strike should leave now. This is the screeching noises. You watch the security and push back, outnumbered by the gathering look. Tyler, look at you. Now's our chance. Tyler looks in the cavern. I need to say I won't ban the others. What about surfing? Tell my brother what's happening. Tell him I'm not leaving a unit until we're all free. Tyler backs away, glancing over his shoulder. You see them gathering. I need to see this through, Sleeper, and you need to go find surfing. Do what you can from out there. Help us change this place. You turn away from the head for the grill as quickly as you can, the way you now cleared by contractors. The handful of loaded security push back somewhere else in the pit head. As you ascend, other contractors shooting you dark looks. As you realize you have to speak with Kirk. You find Kirk at the pit head directing contractors to the barricade. So you took my advice, good. We are glad to have you as an ally here, Super. What happens now? The syndicate was arrogant. They did not believe we could do this. But we're far outnumber them. The monopoly ends here. How can I help you? If you want to free those surfing like sisters, I would need your help. We have ships, but not many, and the syndicate still has tankers in operation. Our blockade is not complete. The debris field between here and the far spindle remains open. We need another tanker to occupy it and dissuade the syndicate from trying to pass. All our ships in use, but your ship and your crew could help us take a tanker and secure the... How will we take it? This will not be an assault. The tanker, the headstream, has been held outside Wellspring for many cycles. The crew is tired and sympathetic to our cause. We'll just give them a nudge. Your ship will pose as an in distress in distress trader trapped in the debris field. When the headstorm is obliged to rescue, we will board and encourage you to take the crew to take control. We? You think I wouldn't come? I'm key to our success. Will you do it? I will. I knew you would. I'm glad to have you in our cause. Suddenly, Kirk puts 2 fingers in a mouth, blasts a whistle. A contractor quickly appears. Front marked by screams and loose cables viewed. Find the hazmat unit to navigate the debris field. Gents here will install your ship. Consider it a gift from our cause to yours. Okay, so this is how I get that. This is how I can basically cut through that field. He nods once more and Jen passes you, heading to the left. Okay. I'll provide the headstream coordinates. He moves towards the contractor still working, and I will wait for your word. You leave the pinhead behind, your mind racing. You know, you do not know how you have ended up in the middle of all this, but you know that it will be up to you to poly your way out. Sleeper, what's happening? I heard the pinhead is being taken over by Kirk's group. Oh, I can't steal food anymore. Shit. There's good stuff that I need here, like rare components to repair a diet, but yeah, there's nothing I can do. Recovery failed. Fuck, man. -3, 4 out of 5 supplies. So he's got engage. I already have engineer, so I take her for the plus. Yeah, I got the other ones already, so. It's gonna be hard for me to pass. Low supplies, my dice are cracking. Headstorm looms large in the cockpit windows as it stops. I can't believe you talked me into this, Seraphine. This is not a good plan. Convincing Seraphine to take Kirk out of the Lodic freighter wasn't exactly easy, but with the pet on lockdown, there weren't really any other options. Seraphine's terminal loud enough to hear, but quiet enough that you can't pick out. What are they saying? They're telling us to prepare for docking. He allows nervously. Good. Keep them talking. You look behind, see Kirk floating. Seraphine flicks the comm switch and begins speaking to the Lodic ship, thanking them for responding to the distress signal. Kirk jerks his head to follow in the corridor and unclip from your seat. Float behind him. If it's okay with you, I'm going to play the captain on this one. Fine by me. I appreciate it. Let me tell you how this is going to go. The headstorm has been holding here cycle after cycle while Wellspring tried to cross her little rebellion. Now the blockade is in effect, and while they'll know we have to hold out for a little longer so while the messages from Lodic operations get less and less frequent. This ship is full of tired, unhappy, underpaid, and undefended workers. You both arrive. You just have to nudge their anger in the right direction. There's a hiss in the airlocks. Lodic are coming aboard. Kirk catches your eye and gives you a wink. The airlock. Cold Lodic captain. The airlock door. Scissors open, revealing a train-looking Lodic captain, flanked by security officers. Lambert, captain of the Headstream. We have been in communication with your pilot, and Docking has requested to provide support. He looks between you and Kirk, his eyes lingering. He directs his attention. How fares the crew? Thank you, Captain. You notice the immediate change in Kirk is the fleeter posture and softer speech. We're surviving as best as we can, but now that you have come to our rescue, we're grateful indeed. Not to worry, the Lodic Syndicate takes its stewardship of Wellspring and the surrounding environment seriously. It is our duty to offer aid to traders and travelers alike. I'm afraid you don't have much to offer by the way of supplies. Our stores have been depleted by our long posting here, but your crew is free to enter our ship to make use of its facilities while you make your repairs. Kirk continues, the submissive captain nodding enthusiastically. You feel like he's pushing it a little, though Lambert only seems to be paying attention at minimum. Suddenly turns to the sharp eye. Your pilot didn't mention you had a sleeper aboard. What of it? Nothing at all, just observing. I don't suppose you have any other surprises tucked away in here? Oh no, not at all. Apologies, our sleeper is a hard worker. And a quiet one. He notes like you. Perhaps if your ships in need of maintenance, you can borrow them for a few cycles. Yes, perhaps it could be of use to us. I will send them to speak with your crew. I'm sure they can direct the sleeper to appropriate tasks. They're a worldly bunch, and I'm sure that they're eager for a slave. Stay silent. We're happy to serve. After all, we owe you our safety. Very good. Tell your crew they are free to cross the docking tunnel, but remind them that no funny business will be tolerated. I have matters to attend to. See you later. Okay, good. Well-held sleeper, I thought from a look in your eye you were going to knock him out. He chuckles. I know the job. Glad to hear it, because that dickhead won't hesitate to cut us loose in this debris field if we push him, trust me. Shall we go meet this crew? See what their opinions are? He brought smiling. Security lockdown. Payload ops, navigation controls, engine room. I assume this is engineering, yeah. Okay. I should be good here, right? I gotta do both. Ooh, engage. Okay. Headstream, turning each section of the crew against the captain is the job, and this isn't gonna be an easy one. Stress. New crisis location active. So I got half of those skills. I should be able to get this one, right? Please give me 25%. Okay, that's fine. This one I can't do too much more on. I mean, I guess I can get maybe +2. It sucks that I missed that one. Yeah, I can't do anything here. So, Junie can't do shit here. Let me see the other ones. Interface, yeah. Falsified data. Stress plug. Okay. Mission's gonna be rough. Yeah, I didn't know about the sleep, so I should have. Okay, he has this guaranteed. What's Endure engage, so I should keep him from here because like I don't have yeah, okay. So I should finish this one off. Engine room. I should just take the safe. It's such a waste. I don't want to use the perfect. Yeah. Headstream mutiny. Okay. Navigation control room. So we both have positives here. That's pretty good. And then I should have this one guaranteed. Yes, both. Okay. I have to hope I got a decent roll here. Ideally, I can get both of them to have perfect rolls. I lost the dice. Yeah, GG's. No chance. Distress beacon. I'm stuck. It auto-saved. Oh, bro. The lock, man. It's almost max. I'll probably fail this. I think I redo that just because I hit the stress. I have to get lucky on that one. Gotta switch to CSGO. Every Tuesday I play for a drop, so. Comms already. I'm gonna fail. I can't beat it. My dice are gonna get damaged. Yeah. Lambert's Oscar control. He guides you through the headstream. Perhaps influence getting to know the crew of thick pipes. Now as the shouts of conflict echo, it's grip you. You know what it is. Sickening feeling growing inside you tells that you haven't got enough support to pull us off. Back away at Lambert echoes. You've allowed yourself to be swayed by eager to use your foes. So I'm sorry you have to do this to my own crew, but there must be consequences. You see him glance over the shoulder. You look at Kirk, his panicked expression. Kirk, what do we do? As you turn to speak to Kirk, something strikes you in the head. You're spinning an instant tugging at internal systems. The right as a sea of bodies that crush on your flesh. You hear the sickening on objects swung against soft bodies. Suddenly you hear a panic squawk. Get the hell off me, Lambert screams. The spinning camp is no match for Kirk, who wraps his thick forearms around Lambert's chest. Security officers begin to strike at Kirk. Help the crew. You scramble forward. Okay, the tide shifts, the security falling back, floating under small orbs of blood. Sensing the shift, Kirk releases Lambert and spins hazily through the air. You see his chest rising. He's alive from the moment the conflict fades. Lambert and the injured are taken to the medical bay under escort. Some of the security see the futility of resisting and agree to join the mutiny. Those who read stubborn. You join the others in cleaning up the galley, the room itself. People bleed and cry out in the room, and you can't help but take some of their pain. So settle yourself, sleeper. Kirk bruised and battered gestures, please. You have no energy to resist, even if you wanted to. As you sat on the couch, Kirk inspected it. That wasn't how it was supposed to go. You feel him, but I want you to remember this. Don't you remember that it was Ludic that caused this? The blood will always be on their hands. I will remember. The resisting is high, the pressure is. Spare your thoughts for the crew. It's their struggle that lies ahead, handling the ship and key role. It must have in the blockade. They will need to calm the violence and retaliation will come. I hope they will be ready when he does. We, however, need to return to the wellspring. So I hit max stress. This is so fucking dumb. Bad outcome. All my dice are broken. I can't. Oh, my playthrough is gonna go a disaster, bro. You insert from Flow Idling Chasm Row, walking, beating on Kirk, not far from the first place you met. I have no money. My supplies are gone. Like, I'm in like literally disaster. I think I'm gonna fail. A meeting. Seraphin still is lingering from bruises from. Kirk's inside somewhere, and like every other Ludic contractor, he's making plans even before he arrived in Wellspring. He had hijacked the rig's transmitter. Like, I started off the stream so good, I had like $200, everything was going good. And then once I got over to this side, it was just like a disaster. Kirk's inside somewhere. I didn't understand the stress system that I actually had to sleep, so I could have slept the whole time. Watching Kirk's plot unfold made you realize that deep inside your involvement, in the end, you're just a subsidiary of the struggle. Waiting for Kirk's return, you feel a little solace in that you aren't ready to be dragged into the struggle. Alright, we're on. He leads you both in the right market. Wait here. Kirk expressness is somewhere in that slowly gathered since you left the headstream. It's not something that surprises you. You know that every time he looks at you, he sees the violence of that final cycle, the orbs of blood, Lambert's unconscious form. You know that because every time you look at him, you see the same. Surfing settles again, you shoot him a look. But his focus is elsewhere, his eyes gazed over. Sarah, Tala, enters him quietly in the dim room. You barely notice her. Thank you. Tala. Seraphin says her name like a sigh, like an exhale, shaking his head, his eyes already shining with uncontrollable emotion. She rushes across the room. They embrace softly, spinning in the dust and dark, their fingers stuck. I think this is a recycled character model, because there was in the first game there was a lady that looked like her. They separate a couple of pristine spears of bright, burning tears spinning away through the air as they do. You're safe. I'm safe. And in the settling, this gesture of care, you see a whole network of signs and secrets. Tala is the calm as Seraphin's storm. The big sister who eases her. You are so big, Sarah. She laughs at her own statement. You've grown up. She tries to make it sound approving rather than patronizing. You're just the same sister. Seraphin shakes his head. I should have done this stress. I regret it right now. I didn't know. I'm actually tilted. You're just the same sister, calling me big but make me feel small. I feel like I'm gonna lose this whole 6 hours gone. The moment the statement leaves his lips, you feel a chill in the room and you aren't sure if he meant it. Tala finished a little hurt but not wanting to show it. I came to find you. I needed to find you. The slow and careful rising of its fences. Why now? It's been a long time. Tala. Mom, Dad finally decide they want to come home. Sarah, after you left, they're gone. I thought you would have. It's been a long time. It has. Seraphin sets his face in a stern look of control, but you know he's raging inside. It's good to see you. You know what is coming, and you see Seraphin brace for it too, but I can't leave with you. She looks pained. This isn't easy either. Can only nod a dulling acceptance. I wanted to find you, and I have, and I can see you are strong and well. She shoots you a glance. You have to live. You have your life to live. But the people here, the other contractors, they were the ones who found me, who have kept me going since I ended up here. She smiles warmly. It's not that I owe them, it's that they are family too. We all have. I know you understand this. She smiles. We all find our families out there. We do, sister. He embraces her again. They separate. Tala turns to attention to you. I know you will take care of my brother. She smiles. I saw it in your eyes. When you came to the pit head, she approaches. I can see you are building something of value on that ship of yours. I'll take care of Seraphin. I'm sure you will. She folds her arms again, her sense of control returning. This is wisdom and experience to Tala that brings certain calm to you. They now feel. Will you two be staying here for a while? Not long, he smiles. We have our own freedom to find. Just be aware you're free to pass the blockade, but after that, Wellspring is going to be locked down for a little bit, at least until Kirk and Savages cancel next time you come. This will be a very different place. Hearing Tala say this, you realize, you see the authority in her and realize that one of those council seat may well have her name on it. You look between the two of them and realize that they have years to catch up on, and that they'd probably rather do that than launching you. Okay. You hope this whole adventure will make Seraphin a little less moody, even though you know deep down it'll probably make it worse. We heading out? Because I'm not sure I've got another chit left to wager. How much did you lose? Too much. Gonna go strap myself in for a nap. Leading the cycle, Seraphin quietly comes to the rig. He immediately settles himself in the cockpit. Good to see you up here, sleeper. I'm getting ready to head out. Are you sure you want to leave? Yeah, I think so. Don't want to get too settled. Thank you. I appreciate you bringing us all together. I won't forget it. I'm glad. Honestly, it was nice to see you going to meet Tala after all this time. She's found a place here and I'm really happy for her. She's always was the responsible one. I was always the one running away. I guess some things never change. One thing for sure, we've been here too long and we're been seen by too many people. Wellspring may be far out of Utsubo territory, but I'm sure Lane will find a way to reach this nasty claws out here. Let's not give him a chance. Hey guys. 2 contractors just dumped a load of fuel outside our ship, said it was a gift. You and Seraphin looked at her, gotta be Kurt. It's either a thank you or his way of telling us. Well, you two have been busy, so have I. I've been looking at the rig's drive and I reckon it's due an upgrade. We'll need those engine components. Shipyards tend to be a good place to look. Shipyards got it. Right, better go help Seraphin with their fuel. You're free to, well, you now have a hazmat installed. Okay, so he gave me free fuel, so I saved money there. actually hit it, no way. Eight engine components, I was selling them, bro. I'm so down bad that I need it. Dice repair, I don't have any of these items. I think my playthrough is done. I gotta restart. I don't know how I can recover here. I don't think it's possible. I literally have no dice. GG's. GG's, so I'm gonna have to restart. Go to full send. I don't wanna give him magic components. Sleeper, I've been thinking Seraphim gives you a sly look. We didn't exactly choose. I've been thinking I'm running sick. We didn't exactly choose it. Maybe that was true when we first got out. But I think we've been choosing it since. I mean, even if we want to keep going the way we've been, we've run out of beyond Wellspring. It's mostly rocks and an immense state of scavengers. And well, I'm a city boy at heart, but not only that, we've been building something here, Sleeper, the crew of the ship. Hell, we just got this nav suit for free. He dumps a new unit on top of his fight console. What I'm asking is, how do you feel about taking Lane on? You want to go to war with Utsubo? Not war, but something else. You've seen what's happening in Wellspring, what Tal is doing. Kirk is a fool, but he's onto something. Get on the inside, organize, undermine that. I like the sign of that. I bet you do. He's enjoying this. Just think about it, Sleeper. We find a way back onto the dark side quietly. We might get some connections. We start something running. He turns back the console. It'll be one hell of a thing. Utsubo are ruthless. The way they went on dark side, there's gonna be plenty of people fed up with them. Seraphim shrugs, and they've all gotten worse under Lane. You smile and shake your head at how fast Seraphim can bounce back when he wants to. Look, maybe it's crazy, but we need a safe harbor either way. You see Seraphim has his own coin in his hand, turning it order. If you want, maybe you can help us get into the dark side, but even if you don't, the rest is up to you. Make a plan. Scatter yards, you've heard of them. They have a reputation of fiercely independent set of shipyards, just a starward of a hiding place where under Lane's nose. If you got things to do elsewhere first, go ahead, but the moment we are back in the wash, Lane will be looking for us. Seraphim turns his focus back to piloting the ship. My problem is I think the playthrough's done. Like, I have to restart. I have no dice, I have no materials. I didn't understand the stress system, so... yeah, like, what do I possibly do here? Scrap is $22, I can't buy it. Yeah. I have to fail just to see what's gonna happen here. Rip, this game, I didn't pay attention to the mechanic. The stress killed my my character. Eugene, seriously, your serious face. The Appalachian last serving interstellar. I've been putting out some feelers for the little lost ships if they came back. You glanced around information you've seen. I've been working with a contact of mine on the mine. Signal Chaser's got some pumps and data. He followed the trails. I trust the Signal Chaser as much as I trust anyone. I haven't told him exactly what we're tracking, just gave him the signature. There's a chance he hasn't figured it out, but the problem is the signature's gone quiet. Maybe he got wise to the value of what he found, but I doubt it. Maybe he takes a holiday. You drink rooms on his own. I reckon maybe it is still hollow. I'm kind of like at the point where I just want to restart, to be honest. What about her? Eugene struggles. Maybe she's involved. I doubt it, but he holds up a finger. Could be sniffing around for the fact. I was playing perfectly. Yesterday I did like as good as you can get. I started off perfectly and then it just went downhill. My luck was just so bad today. I was rolling duds. There's nothing I can do. can't buy anything, I can't afford anything. We're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna starve to death. I didn't know about this mechanic. I had so many runs where it was like perfectly fine, I could have got it. But yeah. I'm scavenging money right now, if anything. I kinda wanna die, I gotta go play CS. Yeah. We're gonna have to restart. Oh, I didn't think this game was gonna catch me like that. Rip. 6 hours gone. Feels bad. Manage stress. I wish the game gave you option save points, but it's autosave and you can't do anything about it. Yeah, let's just see what happens. I'm gonna restart the playthrough. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna get caught. Oh, trouble my little runaway. You can't plan holding, but I have a little backdoor. You cannot resist. I'm just skipping everything, I'm sorry. I passed your strength. We gotta end. Oh, we failed. It has to be a new game because I gotta do it all again. I'm gonna go quicker. I'm not gonna read in the. Why did they add the stress system, man? That's my fault for not paying attention. That's just being a noob. I just gotta update my. Well, great way to fail. So I'm gonna repeat everything I basically just did. Now the question is, can I get the same outcomes I did? Now that I understand it a little better.
Let's roll.
Hopefully Gabeman gives me a good drop. Last week I got a $6 drop. So it'd be nice if I got a copperhead or... No. They're gamers, they're serious. Guy's way ahead. I liked him. I missed the. I'm so sad. No, he. would get his buddy behind me. No chance I got a spawn. No, I'm stuck. He got invincibility. I'm hitting my cage with the GG, we lost. No, I lost. Is that enough to get a drop? I think I'm like 5 XP short, right? But I could do it. Gotta play another game. Might be easier to see if I can rejoin another one. Bro, what are the chances I need 5 XP? That's crazy. I had it set up where I just needed like a quick game, and I joined that game a little too late since it was in progress. Now I'm gonna have to play the full game here.
Let's roll.
I'm stuck. What? 83, bro. What is it? How do you arm a guy? Legging? I understand, but I have an arm again. Oh, I'm so bad. This is why I only play this game 2 drops that I haven't committed. Lagged again. Takes that kill. Unbelievable. Insta fucking 2 top with the below. Oh, 84 and 3, come on. I hit all the shots like I hit them once. Oh, bro, what the heck? 2 shots, 2 headshots with the deagle, bro. And my suffering, so bad. $77 and 5. No! That guy was running, hit those 2 deeg shots running. I'm standing still and I'm not, bro. Even. I dinked that guy and then this guy finished. 69 plus. I dinked that guy too. I dinked him too. Another guy coming. No, man. Dumb of me for even swinging that. Alright. Probably a terrible drop. Okay. $2 here, 2 cents right here. GG's. Wonder how much these are going for. Let's see in the market. So I'm at $9.69. Selling this $3.07. Actually, not bad. Make a bit of profit. So, yeah. Want to say thanks to Dynamic for stopping by. Anyone else that may have checked out this stream, unfortunately, I need to restart the playthrough. I have to do all that again. I did not. I neglected the stress meter, which just killed my playthrough. I like it wasn't even something I was thinking about, but clearly pay attention to it because it'll ruin your run. You will run out of resources pretty easily. So that is pretty much it. We'll be continuing basically I lost 2 days. So if I had done it clean, considering how I started off today, I probably would have beat it tomorrow, if not, 2 more streams. So like 4 streams, 3 hours, 12 hours. But now that I failed, I have to restart. So that's 6 hours I have to redo. But I'm going to blast through a lot of the content. So have a good night. Have a good evening. Take it easy.